All right, what up, what up? It's the All Grind Sports Show. We are back. I know it's been a minute, man, but we, had to handle some things, and we're about to give y'all what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all missing it. Thank everybody who's been tuning in and supporting the show. We got two very special guests today. Two new faces. Well, one of them you're familiar with, but we got a new face. My big dog, DJ Flex, decided to pull up. Appreciate you, my guy. And then, as y'all know, from our Super Bowl preview, my big dog with my mentor, Daryl Dunning. And once again, like I said, man, thank y'all for supporting. Continue to like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Let's just take this to the furthest extent. And y'all can go to any questions y'all have or anything y'all want to talk about or y'all want to chime in. Y'all can go to our Instagram, All Grind Sports, Twitter, All Grind Sports. You can email us at allgrindsports21 allgrindsports@gmail.com. For the shameless plug, man, let's get into it.
Yes, sir.
So All-Star Weekend. Trying to think where to start.
You got to start with my Cavs, man. You got to start with my Cavs.
Oh, because y'all won the man.
Yeah.
Deals,
And it was in Cleveland. I mean, come on.
That ain't about it. All right, man. I do have with your boy Garland. No, I've been watching him since he got in the league.
Remember what I told you?
I can't comment on that. That guy, yeah. Because I remember I went to you first and I asked you. I said, I think somebody had made a comment like they think he can have the same impact as like Dame in his rookie season or something like that. And I asked you, you told me like, yeah, like I could definitely see that. Like he is that good. And he was struggling because he had that bum Sexton holding up the ball most of the time.
No, it wasn't that.
And once he got out the way, you see what he's doing now. So yeah, y'all better trade that guy.
It wasn't because of Sexton. It was because he didn't fully recover from that injury.
He's a bum.
Listen, man.
40% on like 18 points and 2 is like, come on, bro. How was he supposed to flourish? He's trying to put that at point guard.
Stick to watching LeBron, all right? Stick to watching
LeBron. All right, watch when he come back. We're going to see if y'all doing all this.
Don't even do that.
Yeah,
I sent you the article. I sent you the article. Don't do that to me, all right? He ain't coming back. We don't want him back.
All right, so let's talk for a minute.
All right.
The dunk contest. Do y'all think officially that the 3-point contest is the highlight of Saturday night?
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
It's only so much running up there and dunking that you can do, bro.
Exactly.
After so long, yeah.
Yeah, all the dunks have been done at this point.
So we thought that before, and then we got that amazing Levine Gordon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, my personal opinion, you might hate this tape, but I think that was the best dunk contest ever.
I agree with you. I do too.
I'm talking about this.
Well, in my lifetime.
I'm definitely gonna say not the best ever, but one of the best. But look, that was 7 years ago, man.
Was it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was like what, 2016 maybe? 17
years?
I'm thinking. No, my bad. It's 6 years. That was 2016. All-Star game. Yeah, that's how long ago that was.
Wow.
So, man.
Yeah, so imagine how much pressure they put on every, every dunk contest after that. You got to follow up that. And then I remember the following year, they tried to give it to Aaron Gordon because they knew he got robbed the year before. So they tried to set it up for him to win. But a lot of people don't remember he was actually hurt.
Yeah.
So he went, but he had some great dunks he was trying, but he was hurt. So he ended up not getting it. But that was they were trying to give him one because they knew he got robbed the year before because it is Bozo Wade.
That was with D Wade.
Yeah, man, giving him a 9. Like,
clown.
Yeah, I still don't know what happened with that.
He was like, all right, I'm ready.
How he pulled it out was funny, too. It was like he was he was trying to do
He
something.
knew,
I still don't know what was up with that to this day. That was kind of jacked up.
I'm not saying Levine wasn't all 10s, but I'm saying so was Gordon's though.
Yeah,
Like,
they both was 10.
Mm-hmm.
like
That was a great dunk contest though. That was the last of the great.
He could have won off the strength of when he sat in the air. I have never seen no dunk like that in no type of competition. This nigga sat down in the air. Like,
no, that was live.
I dare you to try that on a small court.
That was all the way live.
And he's 6'10". On top of that, type of dunks. You don't usually see that.
Yeah, like athleticism, jump out the gym type athleticism for somebody that size.
But y'all can see how trash this dunk contest was this year. We sitting here talking about one from 6 years ago.
I haven't watched it since then.
So that's why they should just forget it. It's too much to live up to.
I think the problem is they don't have the star power like they used to.
No. Honestly, that is my take on that. I think what a big problem is, they keep getting like these people that they just looking at and they're like, oh, he's super athletic, let me put him in. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, from what I know, they used to go to the stars and be like, hey, Kobe, hey, Ray Allen, hey, Jordan, hey, Dominique. The people that were
also
in there.
The big guys aren't going to do it. They don't do it anymore.
But that's what I think the problem is. They not.
So now, if you're a young guy and they say, hey, young guy, you want to come be a part of All-Star Weekend? You like, hell yeah.
Exactly.
You know, the star power part is kind of long faded away. Like even with Levine and Gordon, they weren't the biggest stars at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the star power has went away. You kind of can put your name on the map still. Like, you know, you're always going to be the dude that won the dunk contest.
A lot of people found out about Levine and DeRozan through the dunk contest. So
But the quality of programming when it comes to, you know, showing that part of the All-Star Weekend, you know, they may even have to just do it like on the Oscars when they give them awards off camera. Mm-hmm. Be like, oh, well, we'll show you the highlights of the dunk contest. This is who won. Because we don't want to sit through that. I'm tired of sitting through that.
I agree, man.
3-point contest last, man. I think gotta do it. But again, they were talking like that the year Levine and Gordon went because it had been kind of lame for a few years, and then all
they kind of saved it.
Like, whoa,
yeah.
They kind of saved it. You're right, and then now it still went back though to
to how it was.
What we saw.
But yeah, they need to start doing that, man. They need to say, hey, Morant, get up in there. Hey,
I would love to see Morant.
Hey, I don't care, Luka. You know what I'm saying? Like all the good stars. Like I'm not even tripping. I mean, because again, they didn't care about athleticism like that. They just wanted the big names there, and it was working. We got, you know what I'm saying? That we got some of the greatest dunks ever from them doing that. You don't know who's going to come on. Everybody's not going to be no super great dunker. Sometimes people just going to be fillers, but you usually always got that one, and that's why Levine and Gordon dunk contest was, I think, is so great all time because you usually don't have two dunkers, like two magnificent dunkers at the same exact time like that.
Yeah.
It's like whoever is the sponsor gonna have to sweeten the package to where, you know, these dudes is making like $35-40 million a year. You feel me?
Yeah.
So what can you say you're gonna give these guys for them to come do that? And they make like 40.
Give them a car.
You know, 10 cars, maybe. It would be like, we're going to give your whole extended family cars or something.
Give them a Bugatti.
Maybe like $1 million towards their charity or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean.
Something worth their while, man.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're not going to come and be, you know, hurting their hands. And that's the other aspect about it. Nobody wants to get hurt. And you dunking the ball, that shit hurt, man. You can't just keep dunking. I ain't saying that I'm the guy that's been getting up there dunking all my life. I only go 5'9", but I have dunked, and it ain't you got to slam that thing down.
Mm-hmm.
And they grade you on like look at the power. So the guys, the big guys ain't gonna. It's almost like the home run derby in baseball. It gets to be a struggle for guys to keep coming back to that because they don't want to just sit there and hammer away at the baseball because it messes with their swing going forward for the second half of the baseball season. So with just imagine a guy hurt his finger or something or do something to his wrist or something
in the dunk contest.
He ain't gonna. They're not gonna say it. They're not gonna say that they did it. They just gonna play through it. They're not gonna say it. They got hurt in the dunk contest. Nobody's gonna do that. But alters a guy's shot. He can't dribble as well or something going down the second half of the season. And that's for the guys the big name guys, and when their team is in contention. So the dunk contest is gonna have to be one of them. And here's what happened at the dunk contest today when we didn't film it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why I think it's heavy.
Hey, since we talking about hard dunks, it's something I want to bring to the table. Are we ready to admit that Dwight Howard didn't dunk that ball that they keep showing over and over like it's like some all-time great dunk?
Yeah, we knew that. We knew that then. We saw that then.
Are we ready to stop pretending like that was a dunk and he wasn't like nowhere near the rim and literally threw it in?
We saw
he
that.
literally threw the ball in there.
When he put the rim at 12 feet, right? He put it at 12 feet.
Yeah, I think that was what he did. And he put the cape on.
Yeah.
He was nowhere near the back, and they keep showing it as a replay. I'm like, nobody else sees it.
About that far.
I think you're being generous.
You're being too generous.
Way
too generous. That was not a dunk.
It wasn't that close. He definitely missed. He airballed the dunk.
Basically.
Yeah. He was like social distancing the rim.
They really I don't know. You know who I think they need to have commentating during that? I know he's not Turner Sports, but if they would have had what's his name? What's that nigga name? Jeff Van Gundy.
Yeah.
They would have had him right there. And not happening.
He would have called him out.
The whole little political thing they was trying to do. He was like, nigga, that ain't no dunk.
That's not a dunk.
They need to have him right there. He would have stopped all that, and he didn't like the nigga anyway, because I was because of his brother.
Yep.
He'd have been like, what was that?
He would have told him. He would have said the same thing Kevin Hart said. That was a hard layup.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
It really was.
All right. So that same weekend, they had the LeBron Pelinka thing where it was reported that LeBron was kind of disgruntled with management. I know this guy loves this news, but LeBron was reportedly disgruntled with management because he wanted to trade Westbrook for John Wall, and the Lakers didn't pull the trigger on it. And there's been a lot of back and forth. Rich Paul saying that LeBron is cool, but yet they just had a meeting recently with management to where they were saying like, oh, everybody has to take responsibility for where we are and blah, a bunch of stuff. So it seems like LeBron is trying to play the, general manager role that he's used to doing. Pretty much in Cleveland, because he didn't get away with that in Miami either. But it seems like he's getting frustrated with the fact that he can't do it in LA like he wants to. So,
well, you had Riles in Miami, so ain't none of that shit.
Right, exactly. And then the Lakers are the Lakers, so they standing on that like, well, like you ain't about to do that shit over here, like you know what I'm saying? You ain't no hometown hero here where you just run us like that. So
here's what it reminds me of the season. When he first came, then he got hurt.
Oh yeah,
he got hurt. He hurt the his groin, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, he missed
what? But look, remember they started off playing good. Then all of the reports coming out about they trying to trade all the youngsters. Yeah, and then the second half, they just tank.
I remember
that's the same. Like right now, if you think about it, they done lost 8 of 9 since all of this bullshit happened. So,
welcome to my world.
It's one of those things where if it would have happened, then maybe it might have sparked something, and the Lakers might have did something. But when all of the reports came out, and then it didn't happen, I'll go back to even 2011 when Gasol and Lamar Odom got sent back. That shit destroyed Lamar Odom. He was never the same after that. Yeah. So this is one of them things. Like Westbrook and LeBron, they probably ain't even cool like that no more. You know what I'm saying? It's the chemistry of the team is true, man.
My thing is, man, like this is why LeBron is not a GM. Like, and Laker fans, I know they don't really be knowing much about basketball for the most part. So let me make this very clear.
That is not true.
John Wall is a worse version of Westbrook. That's what we would have got. And he ain't played in 2 years. So that was not, I mean, I get you saying it may be a spark because just because sometimes just to change the scenery changes people's attitude. I get that part. But as far as player for player, Wall is a worse version of Westbrook. That's not gonna be any better to me. It actually is gonna be worse. Like that's not like a better fit. They both damn near play the same, except Westbrook is better. Like Wall, he's never been the best shooter like that. He's not clutch at all. He's not great off the ball to where, like, you know what I'm saying, he can't have the ball in his hands and he's gonna move around. He's not gonna do anything differently than what Westbrook is doing. So I wouldn't even see the point of that.
All right, so
and his contract is just as terrible, if not worse, because he's a worse player, probably getting the same amount of money.
Now, first off, I want to give Kyle Kuzma a shout out because Kyle Kuzma is the only one to ever not take LeBron's BS and to actually push him on defense when he ain't playing defense. All right. First off, shout out Kyle Kuzma. All right. Second off, dealing with LeBron, I can tell you exactly what's going on because I know how LeBron operates. So what he was trying.
By the way, this guy's Cleveland everything. So
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
My condolences.
Thank you, sir.
That's what I told him the other night.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that, man. I really do.
That's exactly what I told him.
We be going through it. We be going through it, man. All right. So, first off, LeBron, he took that first step during the draft show when he mentioned the whole drafting Darius Garland thing. That was the first step. Second step was the press conference when he was praising Sam Presti. We all know what that was about. That was about his son. And then also when he was talking about Cleveland.
Manager, I don't know what everybody been acting like LeBron is tripping saying that. I've been saying Presti was one of the best. Him and what's his name at Golden State is like probably the best.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Evaluating draft talent. Like
not just that, but they got
LeBron
what?
Wasn't wrong about that. I didn't take that part as shade.
No. Not just that, but they got what? 500 draft picks within the next 2 years.
Right. Exactly.
All right.
And he actually knows how to draft, which is rare.
Exactly.
How many championships Sam Presti won?
Dude, I put that on the owner. I put that on the owner.
You cannot take away from the talent that he's able to accumulate.
Yeah. I put that on the owner.
What are we basing the talent on? What are we basing all of this praise?
How good they are. Like, how many times has he hit? He takes players, other than Kevin Durant, every player he took, at the time he took them, they were like, why are you taking that? From Westbrook to James Harden to Reggie Jackson at the time to Sabonis to Josh Giddey now. Like, I can go down the line. Like, he's been doing this.
Honestly, I would see where you're coming from, Daryl, but, like, I can't think of any other GM that has legit drafted 3 MVPs that are eventual Hall of Famers.
Talk to him.
Like, I mean, he did his job.
Like, I know he's quiet, but his numbers is like, you know what I'm saying? He a walking double-double.
Mm-hmm.
So he drafted Durant and Harden and Westbrook. That's what y'all talking about, the three guys.
Ibaka's another one.
That's all I said. I didn't bring up. I didn't even mention Durant. I said other than Durant, Durant was obvious, but all the other ones, those was like questionable picks when he did it. This year, Josh Giddey was questionable, and he in the Rookie of the Year conversation.
I actually like Josh Giddey coming out.
I love Josh Giddey.
Yeah,
he just was just talking about Westbrook and how bad he is.
He old now.
No, but he just said he's still a former MVP. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still Westbrook is still a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Who's never been a part of a championship winning team.
I get the championship thing, but again,
Durant went over there to Golden State and did what he did. So in my book, he's never been a part of a championship team. Harden never has. I mean, these guys that you guys are heaping all this praise on
are first ballot Hall of Fame.
Score the basketball. They've had years where they scored the basketball a lot. That's all. And Kevin Durant went and joined the 73-win team and won a championship.
Finals MVP both times.
I mean, it's easy to get
Finals MVP both times.
Listen, it's easy to get Finals MVP when you gotta have a guy. You gotta have a guy.
Got one since the season.
You gotta have a guy touching Clay. You got a guy touching Steph.
So that means that could go both ways. That could go both ways. So you saying he just took a bunch of open shots and just magically got 30?
One-on-one shots. One-on-one shots.
Okay, so what about the first time? Wait. So what about the first time he went to the finals of 2012 when he was still a young pup and averaged 36% on LeBron?
You mean when they lost?
Somebody was open in too?
Are we talking about when they lost?
Don't act like
they when they lost the finals. You talk about coming in second. That's what we talking about?
I'm saying the numbers were the same. He's just on a different kind of team. So don't act like somebody was just letting him walk to the basket. Durant been doing that his whole career.
They lost.
Top 3 scorer all time.
I don't care about none of that, bro. They lost. The only reason he won a championship is because he joined a championship team already.
But we're not talking about championship. We're talking about the player. KD is a great scorer regardless, and that's
you're judged on championships, bro. Everybody knows that. You're judged on championships. That's why everybody chases them. These guys that you guys are saying Sam Presti drafted like he's some draft guru. None of these guys have won anything. That's all I'm saying.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
All right. So it's the GM's job to acquire the players. It's not the GM's job to coach the players, to set up the system, to scheme everything. It's not the GM's job to develop the players. It's just his job to acquire the player that he feels has the best ability that can help the team win games and get to the finals, which is what they did. But at the same time, they were held back by, number one, coach. Number two, they weren't a good fit together. I mean, there's a reason why Harden wanted to leave OKC because he felt he couldn't be the best version of himself coming off the bench as a sixth man.
And then turned into a bona fide superstar.
And then ended up winning the MVP.
And now he's doing the same shit right now. He's still doing the same shit, jumping teams. He's still doing the same thing. It ain't won shit yet.
No, he hasn't.
Somebody's a superstar. This he can score the basketball. That's all.
Harden's not a superstar?
He can score the basketball. I saw an old ass Manu Ginobili.
He led the league in assists like 2-3 times.
Manu Ginobili with his ceiling missing, got in his back on the last shot of the game in a playoff series.
We talked about on this show how Harden is one of the biggest chokers in NBA history.
Okay,
so you ain't got to tell me that. You ain't got to tell me that. We're not talking about that. But regular season Harden is on par with anybody you can name numbers wise. Period.
I'm not a regular season guy. Regular season, in my opinion, is at 3/4 speed in the NBA. It is. It is. Look, it's at half speed before the All-Star break. And then from the All-Star break to the playoffs, it's at 3/4 speed. And then the playoffs is when they actually play basketball. And those three guys, in that time frame, the postseason, man, they've been underwhelming. Durant, don't start me on Durant, bro.
I mean, you act like Durant like some playoff or something like that. Like Durant ain't really, other than the 3-1 situation, he ain't really had no situation where it was his fault. It was either some injury that occurred or Westbrook taking idiotic shots.
And he's never had a situation where he was the reason either.
Can I say this? He single-handedly kept the Nets in the series last year against Milwaukee, who went and won the finals.
He didn't have none of that shit you talking about.
And James Harden was
didn't have
playing
none of that
the
you
entire
talking
series.
about.
Who else did he have last year?
Out there as a damn decoy.
He played how many minutes? He played 47, 48 minutes.
He was one literally toe away from probably going to the damn finals
by himself.
I give him props in the loss, in the losing. I mean, that's this guy. What else do you give him? I give him props in the losing.
I'm just saying that is a blasphemous comment for you to say he only did that because he got Steph and Clay over here. He been doing that with or without him before and after them.
Not in the NBA finals. Not in the NBA finals.
You can credit that to the championship, but not to him as a player. That's crazy.
Not in the NBA finals, he wasn't doing that.
He hasn't been to the NBA. Well, the other time he went to the finals, he did that. What do you mean?
They lost.
Averaged 30 on 56% on LeBron. Prime LeBron at that. That was his first ring. And hold up, since we're going there, the only reason that went the way it did, because in game 2, when KD got fouled and they didn't give it to him and he was finna tie it and take it to overtime, they was on the verge of probably going up 2-0 in that series, and we probably having a different conversation. But they had to get LeBron his first one. Y'all can go back and look at it. Call me conspiracy. I don't care about none of that. Go look at the end of game 2 when LeBron fouled Durant and they didn't call the split, and that would have took it to overtime. Durant's not missing 2 free throws. Yeah. And they was already up 1-0. So that was they was young pups. They couldn't mentally come back from that.
You can call Chris Webber them. They say the same shit. You can call the Detroit Pistons. They say they there's always some call or something, bro.
Can we admit that there has been a lot of questionable calls in the NBA, and we also had a ref that admitted to fixing games? Actually,
are we gonna go there? Are we gonna go into that?
Here, check this out. So I actually read a data point today on how the NBA has their officials officiating games. They actually have their best officials officiating Laker games and Warrior games. You want to know who's at the bottom? Toronto, the Magic, Minnesota, and Cleveland.
That don't come on TV. The teams that don't come on so they sell a package, a national package. I would assume that the teams that don't come on that package as much have the bottom refs.
But that's no excuse.
So we're not finna hey, Russ, what is a bottom ref? Is that the ref that's not going to comply? Are those top refs the refs that are playing ball? You feel?
I see where you're going.
They claim all these refs go off a grading scale for every game, and they literally judge every call, and that's how they choose who gets to do the big game or this game. But you always see the same faces, so it's like them the only ones doing great. Like, I don't know. I always thought about that.
I always thought about fixing games. You only need the owners, the league, and the refs. The coaches don't even have to be in on it, bro. The owners, the refs, and the league itself can determine the product that they want to advance in the postseason and be on those games, man, selling those ads. I can't even say that shit no other way, bro. They want the right teams to be playing when they're selling the ads so that going forward, they can continue to increase the price of the package and so forth, man. You know how it goes. Man.
So you saying that they're doing that for the Lakers who may not make the playoffs this year?
I don't think that they would have tried to help the Lakers, but the Lakers are so bad this year.
I don't know
But I
how to
think
show
they
this.
like-
Gene just sent me the link to it. That's
Go to your chat. Go to your chat and check it out.
Damn. All the teams that's been trash.
Yep.
Damn.
And I got to see it firsthand when Cleveland played against Minnesota just recently. It was some bad refereeing, bad officiating.
Well, they both suck, so you can't count that.
What you mean?
Oh, you
We
just
got a
saying the
better
fact
record.
that they got bad refs.
Yeah.
No, I mess with y'all this year, but come on, bro. It's Cleveland. It's Cleveland, bro. Y'all having a cute season.
There you go.
You're having
Right
a cute season. You know, you probably get a little first round or something like that, you know.
No, I think we might end up getting in the what is it? That tournament, that playing tournament. Yeah, we got too many injuries.
What about that? How
Can't
you
even
guys
hold
feel
the
about
top
that?
five? Come on, man.
I'm cool with
Ain't
that.
nobody even doing nothing this year.
I like that. Hey, I like that too, Eugene. The play-in thing. I think that's a good thing that they
You
came.
like that?
Yep, I like it.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't like that split.
Why?
You're telling me that you can be trash all year and get a 10 seed, and you're rewarding them and giving them a chance to make playoffs.
They gotta win it. They gotta win it though.
That's bullshit. Nah,
If
that's
they
bullshit.
trash,
You had 82
they gonna
games.
lose.
You had 82 games. You had 82 games to do that.
Man, it's up and down season.
Okay.
And you have 80 games.
Okay.
Come on, bro.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. All right. Let's say there's a team that, like my team, has a young core and they're playing good, but then they have their bad spots and they're not good enough to be within the top 6 spots.
That's everything.
But they're good enough to be, at least within, the top 10. So let's say they make a trade to improve their team and they start playing really good towards the second half of the season.
Yeah,
do they not deserve a chance to, compete to at least be in the playoffs?
No, because you
why not?
Started off trash. That's why. And that means every team that we've had in the past,
it's a marathon, JC,
where y'all get on certain players like Kyrie, for example. Oh, he never made the playoffs without LeBron. Okay, so are we gonna start saying he could have made playoffs without LeBron? Because he was like a 9 and 10 seed all them years. They wasn't no bottom feeders.
They probably
could have. How does that change conversation now?
So you don't want the star players on the other teams that don't get exposure to get some kind of exposure? It's actually kind of smart.
I don't want no participation trophy. Go earn that shit.
See, it's not even a
Look
participation
what Memphis is doing.
trophy.
Nobody had Memphis doing what they doing right now. They're a top 3 seed in the West. Nobody looked at them at the top of the season like, oh yeah, Memphis, man. They might. Ooh.
I'm still not sold on them anyway.
Like, come on, bro.
I'm still not sold on them.
Look what they doing.
I mean, but look at New Orleans. Look at New Orleans. They started off how bad, but look how they're playing now. So you saying that they don't deserve to get within that?
No, really? Because you were terrible, and you've been terrible before this season started. You've been terrible.
I'm all with it. I'm all for it.
I'm not cool.
The season is 82 games for a reason.
9 seed maybe, because I see sometimes it's like half a game or something like that, and even that I'm still kind of like I don't know because you had 82 games, but a 10 seed, no. This shouldn't even be a
the 10 seed should lose. They shouldn't be good enough to win.
He right. If they that bad, they shouldn't win.
Well, speaking of Memphis, man, what's y'all thoughts on Morant, man, and what he doing?
I like Morant.
He has blown me away. I knew
has he exceeded
that he would be good, but man. I can't even, and he's like nothing I've ever seen really either.
Yeah.
They're having like the Rose MVP season comparisons right now.
Really?
But I'm just saying style of play is Rose MVP, but mixed with a little AI, I think I would say.
Yeah.
So this guy is fantastic. I love watching him play. He's worth the price of admission for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Okay. This is perfect. Let's say Memphis did not do a good job surrounding Morant, but Morant is balling like this, and they're not winning that many games, but they're good enough to make it in a play-in tournament. Don't you want to see Morant on a national stage?
Absolutely.
They just did
for
that.
3 extra games.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's exactly why they're doing it. Because of that. More exposure for their stars.
Yeah. And young guys, young up and
It's
coming guys.
like a consolation tournament or something.
when we bored.
Ain't nobody gonna watch that shit. Ain't nobody gonna watch those constellations.
Nope. I know I won't.
No, but I will say this: the play-in games. I think was that last year? Yeah, the play-in games last year. Those were fire though. When LeBron hit the shot over Steph, and then Morant had the last minute shot, and that's how Golden State didn't get in. Like it was a couple great games last year from that play-in, and the viewership was crazy.
The bubble play-in was
the
fantastic.
bubble, man. The bubble. Yup. When Phoenix went undefeated.
Shout out to bubble basketball when basketball used to come on at 1:00 in the afternoon on a weekday.
I did love that part of it because it was like, damn, basketball is back, and I was so depressed. I was like, man, I don't know when I'm ever see my favorite sport again. This damn pandemic, and then all of a sudden, like you said, we got games in the middle of the afternoon. I'm like, oh, okay, every day though, every single day, it's a game.
Yeah, it was like nothing ever. That shit had never happened before. We was like, oh yeah. You wake up and turn the basketball game on.
That's still like baseball games. You know, baseball be in the middle of the afternoon while niggas at work and shit. But
hey, I got another idea. Why don't you have a tournament for whoever is in the lottery trying to get the number 1 overall pick?
A lottery tournament.
Well, here's the problem with that. So
you gotta win to get
play hard
exactly.
for the nigga that's gonna replace me.
But see, you got to think about it though. Those teams are tanking.
Like I just heard Gilbert say. Gilbert Arenas say. I think when he was on was it Golden State? I think he was on Golden State and said something about how he was hoping they didn't get like the number 3 pick because it was a guard coming out that he didn't want them to grab because he was gonna take his spot. So that's a real thing. Like,
yeah.
So you think they finna go out there and play hard and go hard? If anything, they gonna sabotage it so they can keep their spot, or they, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's just like Gil said. If whatever player is playing the position that top kid is playing,
right,
it's gonna be looking like, man.
Why would I want to go? Why would I want them to go get that player? Like, they probably got to play it off and be political once they get them, but. They don't want that.
Because then it diminishes the value of tanking. Because if you're tanking to lose to get that number 1 pick, well, if you're doing a tournament to determine who's getting the number 1 overall pick, you can't really rely on that, on losing, because you have to win in order to get that pick. You get what I'm saying?
I get the format.
But he's saying as a player.
What I'm saying is the players aren't gonna care about that. They don't want you to get that pick.
Especially if the kid plays his position.
Gilbert Arenas is a special case. He a head case. So I mean, you can't really use him as an example. He a little touched in the head. So
Gil is Gil.
Y'all checked out his Vlad interview he did the other day though. That was some pretty good stuff.
When you're talking about
I know a lot of people ain't Vlad fans.
Did you see Richard Jefferson's response to him kind of like taking a shot?
Yeah.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
I was like, damn, I thought y'all was friends, man. Like, Jefferson came for his whole life.
Oh yeah.
Because if you've been friends with Gilbert that long, you should know he a jokester, bro. Like, I don't know why he got so sensitive to that, to him saying he a 4th option.
Yeah, I mean Richard Jefferson,
especially if it was true.
Too.
B, do you remember that season on Arizona?
Yeah.
Was Richard Jefferson a 4th option?
He admitted to it too in the video.
Richard Jefferson was that guy. Richard Jefferson was that guy on that team that would
couldn't wait to say.
He's that guy that would get a tip jam at the right moment or a steal or. Yeah. He was that guy. He was not a main option on that Arizona team, not at all. He was not.
And like, I would assume he was the second best player in the NBA from that team, right? So it's like, what you saw to you?
Who else besides Gil, him, and Luke Walton? Who else?
Luke Walton, Gilbert.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it was much to
who else? Somebody else.
There was one more.
That was better than Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, there was one more because Richard Jefferson even admitted, he said that he was the 3rd, 4th option on that Arizona team.
In the NBA.
Oh, yeah, the NBA.
This wasn't Miles Simon and Those in Arizona, right? This was before that. Miles Simon was a hell of a college player.
Right, but I'm saying I
don't remember the Arizona team.
Like as far as NBA career,
yeah,
he probably had the second best behind Gill as far as everybody on that team.
They're all the same from Damon Stoudemire all the way through Aaron Gordon, in my
opinion. Did he?
They're just a bunch of Arizona guys, in my opinion. I don't remember who played with him.
I remember I had an argument with this guy about Gill before. We had like a long, 2-hour battle. I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't high on.
I remember we had a big battle, and the conclusion was, I said, "Can you at least admit that for 2 years, offensively, he was as good as anybody in the league?" And he was like, "I'll give you that," and you left it at that.
Yeah,
and that's what I can say. That is what I can agree to. And I remember that argument that night on Claret. Yeah, that's what I can agree to on that. I can't.
But no, you got to lifted Gill up. A lot of these young players coming up are actually giving Gill his flowers. Like, nah, I remember. Some of them is even saying from Golden State. They remember. I think Damian Lillard. He was like, nah, Gill was. I remember watching Gill. Gill was nice. Like even before he got to Washington. So a lot of these young players giving him his flowers like that is kind of elevating him in those talks over time.
I remember being worried that we were going to lose to the Wizards when LeBron was younger.
Were you?
Yeah. Antoine Jameson, Caron Butler, Gilbert Arenas.
I guess talent-wise, he said he did think they were better than y'all.
Yeah. They had some dogs on that Wizards team. They really did. Not good enough to make it to the finals, but they were real scrappy though, and they gave us a fight. That's for sure.
Yeah. What's y'all take on Zion, man? Because I remember I was having some battles and some fights because I was firm on Ja over Zion, and I didn't want to hear what nobody was talking about. And I've been arguing the last 2 years about it, and I'm glad that now it's not even close. It's not even it's more of a consensus. So I just want y'all thoughts on Zion.
So you saying you knew?
What can happen?
Are you saying you saw this Ja?
I saw this Ja, but not this fast.
I'm gonna be honest,
but I did see this Ja.
I thought you were talking about Mount Zion, like the church, because I mean,
the guy hasn't played.
Yeah, Zion, what?
Right. So he's not.
Hey, my concern is his weight going forward.
He live in New Orleans though, they got them good eats out there.
Yeah,
and he's rich.
So. I read that his mom is.
I know he wish the Knicks drafted him now, or they would have got that pick now.
Hey, so
it ain't like it's no bad food in New York City. So
I think that was the perfect example that the NBA be picking who they want at number one. So you're telling me one of the teams that really didn't have much of a chance to get number one, but I know y'all are mad about how Anthony Davis and LeBron and Rich Paul manipulated y'all. So y'all gonna be like, okay, well y'all gonna do that. All right, cool. We gonna give them the pick. Y'all can have AD, but we finna give them Zion though.
Yep.
It seems like that's what happened.
I would say that's accurate. Yeah.
Yep. It was one of those secret handshakes behind closed doors. Hey, get a Lakers, Anthony Davis, and we'll hook y'all up with the number one overall pick.
Yeah, and then they gave us the number 4, and they was like, yeah, we're gonna give y'all the number 4, but it ain't your 4. You gonna get that up too.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't even a conversation. Yeah, that was for sure some politics in that.
And it's not the first time it's been questioned. Think about the Knicks.
Well, I mean, at what point? But I think Silver is going out of his way because I think he is mad about the tanking. So I think he's fixing it in a different way. Like, oh, you want to be trash on purpose? Okay, you ain't getting that's what I feel like he's been doing over these last few years. He's punishing you since you trying to be funny. You trying to tank on purpose. All right, watch this. The Knicks was so obvious, bro. That was so obvious that these niggas was tanking for Zion. So obvious. And you did all of that to get RJ Barrett.
You know what? RJ Barrett has been balling this year. He's developed.
Just saying.
I like RJ Barrett. And to answer your question,
talking about somebody that y'all claiming is a generational player to RJ Barrett. You know,
I never thought
sure
Zion. I never thought Zion was a generational talent.
Oh, okay.
I never thought he was. He got all the hype because he was a number one player coming out of high school.
He's one of the most overrated players to ever come in the NBA. Like even surpassing LeBron. Like for y'all to say that this man is a top
LeBron overrated?
Overrated.
LeBron is overrated?
Oh no. I was just saying as far as like the hype coming in.
Oh, you know, man, I thought we was about to get into something juicy, man.
I ain't gonna say nothing idiotic like that.
All right.
I ain't gonna go that far.
You calling me an idiot?
He's the guy that lived up to the hype. He lived up to the hype, perhaps more than anybody in the history of sports.
LeBron, yeah. I give you that one, Daryl, for sure. It ain't been pretty, but he did it.
I don't even know if I'll say that. Because, I mean,
he was on Sports Illustrated in 11th grade.
Yeah, but they said...
He came out, they were calling him the king.
It could have been worse. I guess you could say that. It could have been worse.
They called him the king before he
basically said over Jordan, like, before he was even, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is the man that's going to pass Jordan, like, literally his first game. And then they had to talk him into being better than Jordan. Like, I don't feel like he did it with his game. Like, they had to knock other players down, make other legends look bad, had to decipher and poke at things about Jordan's career to talk him into being the greatest ever. I don't think he did what they said he was going to do. So I wouldn't say he lived up to what they said.
JC, I think that should be a whole show by itself.
No, you're right. Let's not
start this.
Yeah.
Let's not start this, bro.
All right. Let's all right, well, real quick, do y'all think Zion is gonna be all right? Or do y'all think like it's kind of side eye already? Like
I question his passion for the game.
Okay.
I think his weight is gonna be a problem going forward.
If he and what he's 6'6",
6'6", 6'7",
something like that.
If he's smart,
300.
If he's smart, he's got all the athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
Just lose the weight, man. You don't even have to be a power forward. I mean, you can play a small forward, shooting guard position to where you taking that's banging.
Even if he lose weight, even if he lose weight, he's still gonna be a big, strong
shooting guard.
Yes, he's still gonna be a big, strong force, even if he loses the weight. That's what I'm saying. But
I will say this about Zion, even though I know I've been critical right now. I think he is probably the most athletic player I can recall ever seeing.
Listen, he could be physical, losing the weight, but if he's going to be big, he's going to continue to have injury problems. So he's not going to be able to stay out there.
Yep.
Who's y'all MVP right now? If somebody twisted your arm and the season ends today,
Joel Embiid.
D.
Man. Although not unanimously, and shout out to DeMar DeRozan, but although not unanimously, Steph Curry is the MVP of the league.
Steph?
Really?
Yeah. And
he's been shooting like 10% in his last 20 games.
But the first half of the season, though.
Yeah, but I mean, you not just say if you start off trash and then you end up playing great. I'm not rewarding you for starting off trash. I go the same vice versa.
He started off great.
You start playing trash. I ain't gonna say trash, but trash compared to what you was doing. And you got Embiid, you got Jokic, you got who else?
Consistency.
DeRozan.
Who's been playing great from start to finish. I'm sorry, I can't give it to you over them. I wouldn't even put Steph over Ja right now. I wouldn't even do that right now.
I agree.
No, Steph, DeRozan, Ja for me.
Okay, so why are you opposed to Embiid getting it?
Here we go. This got to do with Harden.
Exactly. hey, Eugene, he never met me, but he already know me, bro. Yeah, absolutely.
Let me see what these.
That's all I'm gonna say about this guy.
See what these standards looking like, man.
But what about what Embiid did before Harden joined the team, though? Like he's legit been carrying that squad.
Well, Harden been there 3 games?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And the Sixers, with all the turmoil that they dealt with this season, are sitting at the 2 seed right now, 1 game behind, 2.5 games behind the number 1 seed. And that's been Embiid carrying him on his shoulders. Like,
yeah.
And look, and honestly, we're all just bored with picking Giannis. I remember that shit used to happen to Jordan.
Not really, because I had Embiid.
It used to happen to Jordan too.
Last year too with
Embiid.
I think I would have went with Embiid last year.
I think he was on his way.
Listen. Jordan won 6 MVPs. He probably should have won 8.
I agree.
Same with Kobe. Kobe should have won
that year. Kobe should have won 4.
Kobe should have won more too.
They just didn't like Kobe. But with Jordan, wait. With Kobe, no. Let me say it like this: with Jordan and LeBron, I feel like we just got bored. We look for other people to give the MVP.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't agree with LeBron. It ain't a single year LeBron didn't win that I think he should have won.
The D Rose season.
Not a single. No.
We have to eventually move on from basketball today. We got to eventually move on from basketball today.
But I just finished getting double teamed.
The D Rose season. The D Rose season.
But no, Rose won. I'm gonna just say 1,000%. Rose won that MVP fair and square. Had nothing to do with nothing. He was the best player on the best team that season. Won 60 games with a team that was hobbled all year. Nobody was objective to him winning MVP that year until later on.
I'm sure.
That was the MVP.
I'm sure
Period.
Mr. Huggins has got some numbers for you. And then there's another season. LeBron could have won 2 more MVPs, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What's the years you're talking about, though?
We gotta.
We're not doing that.
I can tell you every MVP in the last 10, 12 years off the top of my head.
Another show.
Ron twice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We gotta.
We got too much.
I'm just saying, you're just throwing out these blanket statements. Oh, he should have won this. Like LeBron has no other year he should have won, except for people trying to rewrite history later on.
Jordan could have won 8. LeBron could have won 2 more than he has.
I disagree on the LeBron thing. Jordan
Kareem got the right amount. Kobe didn't get the right amount either.
Kobe got robbed by Nash. I agree with that.
Yep.
And
LeBron don't have no years where
if Michael Jordan never won,
I don't know why people trying to keep that narrative alive. Like
if Michael Jordan never won unanimous MVP, Steph Curry has no business having a unanimous MVP. Okay, I want to be done with basketball now.
Damn. Ooh, drop the mic, Daryl.
I'm just saying. I always wanted to make sure that I got that out.
I mean, I do think Steph was unanimous, but I also think there's other people that should have been unanimous, and I'll say
right.
That.
So, if some of you writers ever watch this, one of you should have voted for somebody else just on the strength. Do you understand me? There's no way that you can tell me that Steph Curry is the only unanimous MVP ever. Come on, man. It hurts me to even say that. Yeah. And then he proceeded to get torched on defense in the finals in the year that they said he was the unanimous MVP. So I think
that's what made it worse though on Steph. You feel me? Like I think that hurts him more than anything that happened to him. You're the unanimous MVP, and you got Kyrie out there toying with you like it's a pickup game in Game 7. This nigga.
Well, no.
In a Game 7 finals.
It was more of, okay, we'll let Golden State spot us. You know, they'll go up 10-12 on us, and then we'll just switch Kyrie and LeBron at the top and come back on them for like a whole quarter and a half. They just ran pick and roll with Steph's man, switched them to LeBron. It was very simple basketball.
Yeah,
bro.
It really was.
And they came back every time in those games. That's what happened. Yep. And this guy was the reigning.
People forget that. People keep talking about the Kyrie shot, but they forget in the third quarter when they was down and Kyrie had went off to even get them back in it from what you was just saying right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now about Kyrie's shot. All the superstars on both teams had a shot to put the game away.
Yeah.
And couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And shout out to J.R. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we're not even talking right now.
He kept us in that game. He kept us in that game.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah.
So shout out to JR. So once JR got him to that point, Clay had a chance to end it. Steph had a chance to put him away.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron missed his chance to make the shot.
Iggy shouldn't have went up so damn soft. Because people don't talk about that part. Like, yes, greatest finals block ever and all of that. But Iggy went up soft as hell on that split.
He didn't think he was coming. He didn't think the dude was coming.
But even if you look at that replay, you're right. He did do it as if nobody's coming. But this is game 7 of the finals. You supposed to go up hard anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just in case type split. Like, you wasn't that far ahead of everybody else to, to be going up all. But so, then the way he threw it up, it's like he heard the footsteps and it altered him to do like some weird crazy split to where, he did all of that. And, Gene ain't gonna like this, but I think, if you look at it, you can argue goaltending, but
no.
That
one goaltending. That one goaltending.
I'm not even gonna let you do that.
No,
I'm not even gonna let you do that.
Stop. Knock it off.
The block and then that running and that shit that he hit against when he eliminated somebody in the East. Was it the Wizards?
Nah, not that year.
No.
Oh, Toronto. You talking about?
The side shot.
Yeah.
To me, them is his two greatest achievements in the postseason. The block and that running, whatever the hell that was.
Don't forget that 3-pointer. Don't forget about that 3-pointer against the Magic either.
No, or Magic or Indiana.
That was against Orlando when Orlando went to the finals.
Oh, you talking about 2009?
Yeah, don't forget about that game. Man.
I'm gonna tell you, and this pains me to say as a Laker fan, I'm gonna probably get killed for saying this. But that 2018 run when he hit the shot on Toronto and hit the shot on Indiana the series before, when they were supposed to lose and all of that playoff run is when I finally let it go and put LeBron over Kobe. That was the playoff run that it took for me. That was the playoff run it took for me to do that. A lot of people already had him over Kobe, but that was when it was kind of like, I don't know. I felt like I didn't have much else because that was always my critique is this nigga ain't clutch. And then now he hitting a bunch of clutch shots. It's like
I don't understand why people disrespect Kobe so much.
I'm not Man,
I've had
more fights about Kobe than anybody you know. I promise.
That's disrespectful.
I promise you. I have more fights about Kobe than anybody you know. And I'm not saying it's not arguable. I'm just saying personally, that was the moment where I was like, okay, you know what? I could put him slightly over Kobe. That was
like when you get
trust me, I don't disrespect Kobe in no way, form, or fashion.
The problem with LeBron is LeBron went from Cleveland to Miami, back to Cleveland to LA. Whereas with Jordan and Kobe, you got one team and just a long ass resume of on that same team and the shit that they did. So I want you to think of Kobe jumping teams.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
So we eventually got to move on from basketball because this is a sports show. It's not
right.
Basketball.
I got you.
But I could talk to you guys about Kobe being the best player of all time. I could bring that. I could bring an argument for you guys.
Only reason I don't agree is because I don't think it's really much of an argument with Jordan. But that's it. Anybody else, I'll have a conversation. I just don't think. I honestly think Jordan is like number one, and then it's like a gap. That's me. How I feel.
For me, it's Jordan, and then I got Kobe number 2. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So I kind of have like a 1A, 1B Kobe Jordan, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't even mean to reveal this on camera like this. This is some shit that I talk about personally. And I might be a little biased. Been a Laker fan since I was a little kid. So personally,
y'all talking about I'm disrespecting Kobe. Just yesterday, you asked me who would I rather have on this current Lakers team?
Yep.
LeBron or prime Kobe. And what did I say?
You said Kobe. And you know what?
Come on, man.
I set you up, dog. There's a reason I asked you that.
What was the reason you asked me that?
To prove that Kobe is better. So thank you for walking into my trap.
Listen, Kobe had I'm going to admit that I'm biased because I'm a Laker fan, and some of the moments that Kobe delivered us as fans kind of makes you biased. But
for sure.
When you look at like when he came into the league versus kind of like what the league kind of like evolved into as he was, getting older, man, he came into a tough league, bro. And fucking Dale Harris robbed him of a couple of years of not. He should have been starting, bro.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. Jerry West will tell you right now.
18-year-old Kobe
I
should
traded
have
Eddie
started over Jones or Exel.
Yeah.
Not Van Exel. Van Exel was a good point guard. He should have started over Eddie Jones, bro. Or they should have started both of them. One of the two.
I agree.
One of the two. So Dale Harris got fired. Eddie Jones got traded. And the Lakers went on to win 5 championships. So who was right?
Right.
Okay? So
also
go ahead, Eugene.
Can I point something out real quick? So I did some calculating. And I was like, you know what? A lot of people like to do the title comparison. So not including 2007, LeBron's record with championship games, winning the finals, he is 4-5. Kobe Bryant is 5-2. So I was like, okay, who has had a better supporting cast over their career?
That ain't even close.
And
that ain't even close.
Not including guys that have played on teams at the end of their career when they weren't playing.
Right. When they were. Yeah.
Okay, so I did the numbers. Kobe, teammate all-star appearances, 31. Mm-hmm. LeBron, teammate all-star appearances, 58.
Oh.
And all you got is a 4-5 finals appearance record compared to Kobe, which is 5-2. Not just that, but Kobe.
One of them 1,000% was your fault. One of them 1,000% was your fault.
Let me mention one crucial fact that nobody ever talks about with Kobe. Your guy that you're attached to, which is Shaquille O'Neal, couldn't make free throws. They invented a whole style of play, the hacker shot, for this guy. And y'all still managed to win championships together.
Yep.
Everybody else's dynamic duo guy could make 3 foul shots.
But look, we're gonna move on, but I do want to say this real quick. That also is something that people hold against Kobe, though, is the fact that he did run Shaq out of LA. That is something that people hold against him. Even I know he won the 2 later, and this is not me who feels that way, but I'm just saying a lot of people's argument when I hear them talk about Kobe's legacy, oh, you ran Shaq away, you could have won more championships, blah, 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 blah.
So can't you say the same about LeBron and Kyrie?
We can't hear you, bro.
Shaq said himself his attitude was fucked up.
Yeah.
That he should have had a better attitude.
Sure. He did.
In LA.
Sure. They sat face to face and he told Kobe that.
Yeah.
Can't you say the same about LeBron and Kyrie? Kyrie hit the game-winning shot. I mean, and he still didn't get a lot of credit or enough credit for what he did. Yeah. So
this is one thing, and again, I'm trying to move on, but this is one thing that about that game I think a lot of people don't talk about with the 3-1 Game 7 game. In the last 5 minutes, nobody scored a field goal. Mm-hmm. Not one single player scored a field goal on either team except Kyrie with that 3.
That's right. And all superstars had a chance.
Don't talk about that right there.
Superstars on both teams had a chance.
Both teams. Steph, Clay, Brian, I don't care who you talking about. Nobody scored a single field goal in the last 5 minutes except for that shot. And people are still trying to have an argument of what was the bigger play between that shot and that block. Like, I don't think it's an argument at all, based on the context.
So with that being said,
you know what I'm saying? Let's a whole nother show.
Let's agree that Kobe is better than LeBron. We can squash that narrative now, right? JC?
So
okay.
For me, I'm not like consensusly like, oh, LeBron is miles better. I'm not Kobe miles better. It's like if I make a personal list, I might have Bron over Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Just based on everything, but I'm not like super objective. Same thing with Bird. I'm not super objective if you tell me Bird or Kobe, Bird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my only knock on Bird is that cut short. You know what I'm saying? It was only 11 seasons, but as far as like what he did when he did it peak, like I could see it. You know, I got him as like top 6-7 player all time. So I'm not objective.
The only question is LeBron is LeBron better than Wilt? Is the only question.
Is who? LeBron better than Wilt? Don't ask me that. I got Wilt like down there. Like he's like with Shaq and Duncan. That's his conversation. Don't ask me that. I think Shaq would average 50 in the 60s too, 60 to 70s too. I think Shaq would average 52 if you dump him in there. So I don't think that's no difference.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, man. I can't, there's a lack of footage on Wilt Chamberlain, and I understand you being young, not understanding Wilt Chamberlain's impact on basketball. But it is, it is Kobe, Jordan, Wilt. But we'll talk about that another.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of chances to talk about that.
Then Kareem.
Last basketball topic. Who I know it's like super up in the air right now, but who coming out of the West and East right now that y'all see?
The East, I'm gonna go with Philly, and I got Boston as a dark horse. Philly. So you like how they looking? Mm-hmm. Even with Harden's choking antics, you think that's enough to overcome? I think the difference,
antics. I like
choking antics. I think the difference is Embiid. He's the difference maker because we've seen.
Yeah, he's never had an Embiid. I can agree with that. He's never had an Embiid for sure.
I'm gonna say Golden State.
Is Embiid? Well, no, never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone. But
Golden State, Milwaukee.
You said what?
Golden State, Milwaukee.
Golden State, Milwaukee. So you still got Golden State coming out the West, right?
I got Golden State coming out the West too.
Yeah.
I'm not a believer in Memphis, man. I'm really not.
No, you're not supposed to just go to the NBA Finals. You got to take steps.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe next year, Memphis.
What you mean? The Bengals just.
Hey, don't get me started. Don't get me started. You know what, man? Slick for that one.
Looking at this, oh my gosh, the West is so hard. Because I want to say Utah so bad. But in the playoffs, for some reason, Mitchell, the only person that shows up on that team, it's like the opposite. Usually the star player starts choking. With him, his team starts choking, and he's the only one blocking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know about them, but I want to say them.
But that's classic basketball, though. Your role players, they don't step up on the road in the road games. They only play well at home,
And throughout the history of the NBA, you make your name in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Gobert, I feel, is a fraud. Ingles,
I've been saying
for that matter.
I agree. I'm with you. I said that 4 years ago.
Ingles, for that matter, as well.
I like it.
And like you said,
don't do that to Austin.
Like you said, JC, though, when it all said and done in the postseason, Donovan Mitchell looks around and he be all by himself, bro. Mm-hmm. Trying to score 45, 50 a night.
Timberwolves was top 7.
Mm-hmm. They're playing good. They're playing good.
Nah, man, they was doing trash for a minute though. Like And then Edwards hasn't been playing as good as he was, so I didn't know he was snuck up in there.
Isn't he hurt though? He's been playing hurt.
That's probably what it is, man.
Because I remember he came up.
You need to sit down for a minute and get ready for playoffs because that's my guy, man. I'm rooting for him. I still feel like he was robbed the Rookie of the Year.
Well,
he's been
up
he's been worth the price of admission.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to say, and then like with Phoenix, it's like
not a believer.
Yeah, they beat, and I don't take nothing from them, but you did everything. You had a great set of circumstances to go your way to get to where you got last year. So
just like Cincinnati,
I have like a question mark of like, can you do it again now that you're playing these teams full throttle? You know what I'm saying?
Just like Cincinnati.
Now, the way they're playing right now, I can definitely see them making the finals. Like, I have no doubt about it that they're capable of it. But then again, is Chris gonna be back in time? And
right, that's the key.
The way he was before he left. So
is his hand gonna be okay? Is the key. They obviously would be a favorite, I guess. If he's gonna be all right, but we don't know.
I don't know about y'all, but it seemed like Chris Paul always get hurt when you need him the most.
It ain't no seem like that is.
No, he right. That's exactly what it is.
Listen, last year's the only time he made it all the way through, but he sat out some. Remember?
And he still got hurt.
Right, he still got hurt, but he made it all the way through. But hey, no. Like clockwork, bro. When you need him, when you finna make that, when it looks like y'all about to do it, that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna be there.
Oh, my hamstring.
And that is facts.
So they just announced that Joe Harris is out for the season.
I knew that was gonna happen.
On the East, I was firmly on like I still think Brooklyn's gonna go, even though Simmons is a bum. I felt like KD and Kyrie was enough before James Harden came. So
let me stop you, man. Let me stop you right there. Ben Simmons ain't no bum, all right? Just because he don't play the way you want him to, don't make him a bum, all right?
You hear this guy? Hey, you really want to do this right now?
Listen,
I like him on that team.
He is a bona fide.
He is perfect for that team.
I've been saying this since the time he got in the league to his second season when he did get to the playoffs and he scored 1 point against Boston that people seem to forget about. He's been trash and been carrying that bum. He can't throw a rock in the ocean. That guy is a bum. And the world knows him now, and he couldn't take it, and then he acted like a hoe and forced his way off the city because he couldn't handle the spit instead of going into the gym to get better. He's a bum.
How you really feel about
it? He is a bum.
Listen, mental health is a serious thing.
And he better play his role and be a cool little 3 or 4 on the side and let KD and Kyrie take the reins. That's gonna be his way to do something.
Listen,
get that nigga out of here, man.
Listen. All right.
What is you talking about, bro?
Mental health is a serious thing. All right. Don't downplay mental health. All right. That's
mental health.
Yes, mental health.
Somebody told you trash?
Nah, he was dealing with depression.
That's not no damn mental health.
He was dealing with depression. All right.
He was dealing with depression, but all of a sudden he's happy now. He's cool. He's smiling on the bench and cool and shaking hands and laughing and all that. The only reason he ain't playing is because now his back is hurt. Man,
that's what going to therapy does.
I'm behind mental health. That ain't no mental health.
That's what going to therapy does.
Ben Simmons is a girl. That's what happened.
Listen, that's what going to therapy does. You go to therapy, you talk to your therapist,
he wasn't even
medication
taking advantage of the therapy they was trying to provide for him. That's why they started finding him again. Stop it, bro. There was no mental health in that. He's a girl. He couldn't take the heat, and he decided not to get better. I don't even feel what Doc said was even that bad. He said, well, I don't know. I don't know, if he can be a point guard on a championship team. And that's what made you feel all like that. And then B told you what you should have did. You should have went up and dunked it instead of trying to overpass and, trying to be something. I don't know what he thought he was doing. But he needs to be more aggressive. That's what Embiid said. And instead of taking that criticism and using it to get better, you want to pout and cry like a girl and say, well, I don't want to play no more.
Man,
Doc Rivers is overrated.
Do not defend that bump.
Thank you.
Do not do this to yourself.
Thank you. Also, Embiid needs to stay healthy before you talk about somebody else doing something on a possession. All right.
When he plays, ain't nobody messing with that dude. I don't care what y'all talking about. That's the best center in the league.
When he's healthy. When he's healthy.
When they put the mic in Doc's face and asked him a question, the answer should have been yeah.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
Should have been yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to back your player, whether you think so or not.
Even if you bullshit.
It's PR 101.
Yeah.
It's PR 101. You back your player.
And I do think that Ben Simmons' problem is he got drafted too high.
Mm-hmm.
He was not that good a player to get. He went number one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
and he was hurt. He didn't.
Shouldn't have got drafted number one. But I think dude's strengths are overlooked because of how they play basketball today, because he doesn't shoot the three and all that. He's an excellent defender and ball handler. And you need a guy that don't want to shoot. Hell, in this day and age.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, but you have.
I think he's going to be good on the Knicks.
Also, here's the killer part.
They're going to be better for having him.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
They may even go because of him, even though I picked Milwaukee.
You said everything I just said, though. I said go off to the side, be a 3 or 4 or whatever. And
that don't make you a bum, though.
Take the reins
that don't make you a bum.
Play defense and rebound and assist the basketball, too. The other shit that you have to do in basketball.
He can do it all, but just because he don't average 40 a game don't mean he a bum.
Yeah. Hey, G, I just thought about that. That might be the craziest rant I ever had on this show. You really made me mad saying that shit.
Look, I'm good at triggering people, dog.
You really made me mad saying that dumb shit.
Hey, you was listening to my radio show. I just haven't seen anybody
really defend this guy yet like that. Like, what?
Hey,
this shouldn't even be a question.
Hey, you've been listening to my radio show. I'm good at triggering people.
God, man. All right, let's talk some football, man.
Okay.
What y'all? Yeah, he been waiting on this. What y'all think is what's the deal with Rodgers and Adams, man? Like what y'all? Because it seems like I seen the GM talk the other day, and he's saying like he's being kind of vague right now. We'd be cool with having Rodgers back, but we'll see what he does. And then with Adams, he's like, we'll see what happens. Like what?
This is very short right here.
Okay.
Short-term deal to make Aaron the highest paid player in the league. He wants to be paid more than Mahomes. He made that clear. So they tack on about a 3-year deal or a 2-year deal with a team option and makes him the highest player in the league, highest paid player in the league. And then they're going to tag Devontae and they're going to run it back.
Yep, I agree. That's exactly what's going to happen. And what's going on right now that's posturing is because he's got all the leverage and all the control. And it's for a new contract. It's for an extension where he can get paid more money.
Aaron Rodgers is a captain to a team.
You got to understand, Denver would sell the farm for Aaron Rodgers right now. So Green Bay knows that. And they're going to re-sign this guy, make him the highest paid player in the league.
Not just that, but also you got to think about this. Who else is available that is going to be able to take this team to the playoffs at best?
Well, apparently Wilson's a little disgruntled.
He's not leaving. They're not trading him.
They still waiting on the Watson case to figure itself out. Garoppolo's a bum, but I think if you don't have Rodgers, Garoppolo is better than anything you have on the free agent market.
Garoppolo is not going to take that team to the playoffs. And plus,
to the playoffs?
Yes, to the playoffs. He
didn't even say the Super Bowl. He said the playoffs?
Exactly. He's not taking that team to the playoffs. Not just that, but Garoppolo get hurt more than Aaron Rodgers do. Like, Garoppolo he's always hurt. It's always something.
Yeah.
Rodgers is
when you do play.
Rodgers will be re-signed to a 3-year $30.
So you think Rodgers ain't going nowhere?
No.
He's not going anywhere.
No.
And neither is Devontae Adams.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay, that's a hot take.
They're gonna tag
because he's the one that people are saying is probably like a shoe out already.
No.
But they were saying that they think they're gonna follow each other, try to make it to wherever one goes, the other kind of follows.
That's what we're hearing.
Now, somebody can sign him off the tag. What you got to give up? Two number ones?
That's a tender tag. That's if he gets tendered.
If they franchise tag a guy and you sign him, you can still sign him, but you got to give, I think, a first round pick 2 years or something. So now, if that normally, NFL teams are never going to do that. But like if the Raiders wanted Devontae and Carter be together that bad, they could take them off the tag. But Devontae Adams is going to get franchise tag because they can't pay both of them like blockbuster deals at the same time. I don't think.
And I think they're already having salary issues or cap issues.
They
right
already
now.
Releasing the defensive end, number 55.
You talking about that? Name. You talking about the guy that came from Baltimore?
Zadarius or whatever.
Oh, Zadarius Smith.
Yeah, they're releasing him. He's gonna save like $8 million. So they gotta get all this money together so they can tag Devontae and re-sign Aaron, man, and run it back.
Yep.
It's very easy. Nothing's gonna happen here. This is one of them nothing to see here. Type.
Is there anything that anything big that y'all kind of suspect is on the horizon? With anybody?
Still waiting on the Deshaun.
Yeah. I think all the GMs is just sitting back like, man, what is going on with this fit right here? And then they're going
something has to happen.
The Dolphins already said that they said they're out, but they probably not. But they said they're out and they're going to build around Tua. And I'm pretty sure they didn't say that with a straight face, but they put it out there, I guess, to probably calm Tua's nerves, maybe, you know what I'm saying? So he can feel a little more comfortable and not, and go about his business the way he's supposed to. Because it's like, what am I going to do all this, getting ready for y'all for? And y'all talking about somebody who can't even play right now. Like,
yeah.
I want to go out on a limb and say I think the Dolphins coach is going to be a failure. The dude is a weirdo, in my opinion.
Who they hired?
Mike McDaniel.
Yeah. They said his opening press conference, that little line about he's a human being and his dad is black or something, man. That shit didn't sit right with me, man.
I did see that bullshit. Yeah,
that dude is a weirdo, man. And he's gonna fail. I'm gonna say that right now.
Is that what you want to happen?
It's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen, bro. Them young brothers ain't gonna respond to that shit right there.
Hey, the Dolphins is such clowns. Let's hire a black coach.
Almost black or something. You know what I'm saying? So look,
we ain't gotta go all the way black.
We want to talk about Josh McDaniels coming to the lovely, as you guys see, the lovely Allegiant Stadium right here.
Can we?
Yeah, I seen you when I came. I was like, look at this dude.
I do. And Josh, my boy Charlie, he's a Raiders fan. We was actually talking.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Charlie, a Raiders fan.
Every person. Matter of fact, you got a milestone today. You're the first guest that we've had on this show that's not a Raiders fan.
Who, me?
That's not a Raiders fan.
That's right. That's right.
You're the first person I've ever had on this show that's not a Raiders fan, bro.
Dang, that's crazy.
Hey, man, welcome.
That's crazy.
He said, "Come on home." That trajectory.
Here in Vegas.
Hey man, champs, baby.
That looks like the Dodgers, though.
It really do. It really do.
I'm LA everything, bro. Hey, hold up. It still applies. Champs, baby. And it's gonna be a lockout, so we get a whole nother extra season.
Congratulations, bro.
Champs, we didn't come back. Let that sink in a whole nother year.
They had your ass though.
Who's your team?
I picked Bengals in the I'm talking about in the Super Bowl.
No, I'm saying baseball. Who's your team?
Hey, look, you already know this, man. I told you this before, but I'm saying it again. Dodgers, Raiders, Lakers, USC Trojans, and it really is no particular order in that.
All LA.
Now about
but I was a Dodger fan first.
About these Bengals, because you wasn't here last week, but you was here for the preview, so you can give your thoughts real quick on that.
The game came down to several blown coverages and whatnot in the last drive of the football game, man.
The last drive.
It was a great game.
So he's not going to acknowledge the face mask. I already see what type of time he on because he.
I'm not going to get into penalties. Look, last year when I lost money against Tampa Bay, and I wanted to talk about what the refs did with the offsides on the field goal and the 2 phantom PI calls in the first half of the football game that led to them scoring 21 points. People didn't. They acted like I was a conspiracy theorist. So I said I'm not gonna mention calls anymore.
But then you just did it.
Couple of bone coverages in that last drive, man, and they had y'all. Great game. Great football game.
They scored a whole touchdown that they shouldn't have had.
How?
Why are you ignoring that?
What are we talking about?
You're talking about that T. Higgins, that T. Higgins play.
Look, he don't even know. He act like that didn't even happen or that don't exist. You gonna say that wasn't a face mask?
I bet you can go back and find something that they didn't call on the Rams.
Wait. But they scored a touchdown on that. That's the difference. You scored an entire touchdown on that. You can't get no bigger than that.
We're not
you got like a 60, 70-yard bomb off of face mask and Ramsey. What do you mean?
Ramsey had a pretty bad game.
I ain't gonna say
he had
bad.
A sketchy postseason.
I would say bad. I would say bad for Ramsey.
And he's the highest paid cornerback.
Look,
as he should.
Think about it. Chase had that one play. He had that play at the top of the game, right? Throughout the game, Ramsey pretty much had him locked. Chase didn't go crazy like people think he did because he got that first 70-yard play. Like, Chase didn't go that crazy on Ramsey. I've seen some plays throughout the game. Ramsey was on him. That's why Burrow wasn't even, like, messing with him most of the game. I think he had, maybe 4 or 5 targets the whole game? Like, that he wasn't messing with that dude. Like, Ramsey was on him. But between that and the face mask, you know what I'm saying? And
they had a couple blown assignments in the last drive of the football game, otherwise they would have beat y'all.
You said what?
They had a couple of blown assignments on the last drive of the football game. By y'all, or they would have beat y'all, man. They had y'all.
They definitely had the Rams on the ropes. I will say
they did.
So did the Niners, but that's what builds champions, right? You got to come through adversity like that.
I mean, and the best players stepped up at the right time.
Stuff like that.
Hey,
you have to have moments where it looks like it's not gonna happen.
Hey, I love the at the parade. Not that I watched, but I caught a couple.
You saw all 100 of us out there.
Caught a couple clips of it.
It's all right, man. Next, we building the fan base. Go ahead.
I'm mad that the Lakers didn't get a parade, but for the 2020 championship. But anyway, we're not even gonna talk about that.
Hey, don't get me started on that.
The GM had on the shirt that said "Fuck them picks."
I didn't even see that.
Dang, I didn't see that either.
Nah. That's crazy. That's a perfect shirt. I need to get that shirt. Because that's all people been talking about us with. Like, man, these guys are just so reckless. You're just mortgaging the whole future. It's like, I'm pretty sure there's not a single team in the NFL right now that wouldn't trade every pick they have for a Super Bowl right now.
And that's what the shirt said it all. The shirt said it all.
If somebody told, I don't care what team it is, hey, trade us your next 10 first-round picks, but you'll win a Super Bowl this year, they would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. All the GMs would do that shit. All of them.
So it's like, that's why I'm so glad we got it. Because if we wouldn't have, man, I just feel it felt like a sigh of relief. Like, no matter what happens, obviously, I think we're still going to be good going in the future. But no matter what happens, we got that one. I think it would have been criminal if we didn't give Donald a ring before he got up out of here.
I agree.
That would have been criminal.
I was rooting for y'all.
In the NBA,
you can't hear you, bro.
In the NBA, you have the luxury tax. In the NFL, you have what they call dead cap money. Man, so if your owner is willing to pay the dead cap money, in other words, you traded a guy away or you cut a guy and you still part of his salary is still getting counted against your salary cap. If you're willing to pay that penalty, man, it's really no.
Right. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Look what the Warriors did all them years. It was like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we know we're guaranteed a championship. We pay whatever. Bye.
Cost of doing business. Right.
Same with the Cavs. Cavs did the same thing.
And that's why when your owner, like say, like my guy, he didn't have that much cash. He can't afford to do that. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to get it right through the draft and through the guys that he actually signs, because he can't just go willy-nilly giving away guys when it don't work out and taking a cap hit, because he can't afford to be paying for dudes that ain't playing for him. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. That's what happens in the NFL makes between the haves and the have-nots. So it's like Stan Kroenke, he doesn't give a shit about no damn, cap hit. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the difference in the NFL as far as the pay goes. But I expect the Rams to be there again. I'll be right back.
You think so? That don't happen often. You know that, right?
Yeah. They'll be right back. They may not win, but they'll be right back. NFC Championship or yeah.
And listen, I told you they were going to the Super Bowl this year. I told you.
Did you?
Yes.
And that was before all the spit. We got all the acquisitions and stuff, right? Yeah,
that was preseason.
We did the show. We did that one show with your boy last summer, and I think I was spot on with the wins. I said I see like 11 or 12, and I think we finished with 12, if I'm not mistaken. So I was there as far as that, but the playoff run, I was kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping, but you know what I'm saying?
I think y'all need to get lucky in the draft at running back, probably.
We good. What you mean?
Listen, we'll give y'all Kareem Hunt, all right? We'll give y'all Kareem Hunt.
Y'all gonna have to release somebody, man.
Man, Akers, ain't he still under his rookie contract? He good.
Is he healthy?
Michelle is gone, but
is he healthy though?
He played, didn't he?
Is he gonna make it through?
I mean, I know he didn't do much, but he got a whole offseason to get right. Akers is good. The last time we've seen him healthy in the playoffs, he had like 200 yards to get us past the Seahawks.
You need about 2 or 3 guys, though.
What, in the back?
Yeah. All teams.
Henderson is a good third string running back. So if we just get somebody to rotate in and out with Akers,
hey,
we'll be all right.
My man Hug has something to say about Josh McDaniels and the Raiders, man. Let's hear him out.
So, my prediction is that Josh McDaniels is going to take the Raiders to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
During his tenure.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yes.
Explain yourself.
My only concern, though, is that we see the Denver version of Josh McDaniels. But here's the thing. I feel like he learned from his mistakes. I feel like he has grown as a coach. So I feel like he's really gonna bring the best out of this team, because if you look at what this team did this year, through all the turmoil that y'all went through all the bull crap that y'all had to deal with, y'all literally lost 3 or 4 key pieces to that team, and y'all still made it to the playoffs and almost beat Cincinnati in the first round. Now, that was with a coach that was just there temporarily just to help y'all get through the rest of the season. Now y'all got Josh McDaniels, who actually is very knowledgeable on the offensive side of the ball and worked with Tom Brady pretty much majority through 75% of his career.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's going to bring the best out of Derek Carr. And that's the one problem that y'all have had with that team, is that Derek Carr has been on nothing but rebuilding teams. So I got big hopes for this team. I feel like Derek
Carr too, basically.
Yes. Love Carr. Love him.
So let me just say, I agree, man. What I want to say is about Josh McDaniels. I'm not even going to talk about the Denver part, because everybody grows as men. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, just notwithstanding the coaching profession, just whatever you guys do on your job, you're better at it now, right, than you were had you got this position, 9 years ago.
Yeah.
So, of course, he has grown as a human and as a man is going to be a better coach. My thing is, I remember Josh McDaniels in the Super Bowl against the Rams. Nobody could score.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys remember,
mm-hmm.
He took Gronk, the little dude,
Edelman,
little running back dude.
Oh.
No, the white guy.
Wasn't it Edelman?
No,
Edelman was out there too, but the
running
back.
I know you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't think of his name though.
Yeah, that little guy, Gronk. Who would you just say?
Edelman.
And they got in a split back formation, like some shit you would see in the 70s. And then they would motion the running back, the little dude we talking about that we can't call his name. I would say number 31 or something, 32. Motion him out past Gronk and make the Rams switch Talib or Marcus Peters out to the running back and leave Gronk on that safety right there, or the linebacker, depends on how the Rams was playing it. And that's how they drove the football, man, and scored the only touchdown of that game, bro.
Yep.
They drew that shit up on the sideline.
Yep. And if you remember, they ran the same play earlier in the game, but they made an adjustment because they saw something in the film on the sideline and made the adjustment.
Yeah. So offense, I know, is going to be better, especially in the red zone, which is where the Raiders had a lot of problems. Carr's going to throw for more touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even mind if his interceptions are up. Like, he had 14 this past season. That doesn't bother me. But he's going to throw for in the 30s touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And then these guys that he got on defense. Assistant decor from the Giants. And the decor, I forget where they got him from. But the other dude is black, the assistant decor that comes from the Giants. So they're going to run a whole multiple type scheme. You don't even – one time it'll be odd front, then they'll run even front. The defense is going to be a whole mixed bag of things. So I'm excited, man. I want to beat Kansas City twice.
And y'all whooped on Kansas City. What was it, last year? The year before that? It was 1 year y'all whooped on them.
This past season, they
almost swept them.
Yeah.
I remember. The second game they played them that year. Y'all almost swept them that year.
Yeah. They
Mahomes the crazy split to.
I was gonna say Mahomes
right down the middle.
He had to do some heroic shit at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm glad Hug said that, man, because I'm excited, man. It's just a matter of, are we gonna be able to sustain it on defense?
Y'all got to help with defensive line.
Because the offense is going to be better.
Last team I want to ask y'all about is the Saints. Let's start with the quarterback situation. Y'all think they should bring Winston back?
Yes.
Yeah. So y'all cool with? Are y'all cool with, like, y'all believe in Winston, or y'all think Winston over anybody else that's on the market right now?
Both.
Okay. Winston actually was not playing bad when he got hurt.
He wasn't.
So like Hug said, I say both. There's nobody.
Need some receiver help, right?
I think they do.
I do like Holloway, but he on and off, and then I don't know what y'all know what the deal with Thomas is. What's going on with him?
He's coming back, and I think he restructured his contract too.
Okay, but
number one overall, he deserves a solid chance at.
You think he's gonna be the same?
We'll see. That's what I'm saying. He deserves a chance at coming back from getting his knee busted up. So
yeah,
100%. I'm in on James.
This is first non-Breeze,
And I also think about this, like the numbers that he put up, he did it without a number 1, number 2, or number 3 wide receiver. Like these are like undrafted free agents, 7th round, 6th round picks that he was throwing to.
Right. And he did have a year where he threw for 5,000, even though he threw 30 picks. But then he had LASIK surgery after that. So shit, there's some people that feel like maybe he could have. Tampa Bay, they might not have won a Super Bowl, but hell, if he would have came back,
well, I think he didn't know
they would have been just as good a team had they got all those players.
I don't think anybody thought Brady was going to retire this quick. So maybe if he would have knew that, okay, Brady's only going to be here a couple more years, maybe he would have been willing to stick behind, and just take the reign after him. Because that's all he was doing.
Gave him, if he had the option of doing that, I don't know. We'd have to go back and look at that. I don't know.
Well, I thought that was him saying like, well, I'm gonna go somewhere where I know, like, he's for sure retiring within this next year or two. You know what I'm saying? Versus staying there where it's like, ain't no telling when this nigga finna retire. So,
but just think if they keep Jameis and then they get Gronk, Fournette, and Antonio Brown.
Oh yeah, I heard they talking about getting Gronk.
You know what I mean? No, I'm saying when.
Oh, you talking about Tampa?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they got rid of Jameis, instead of like just say Brady wasn't available, but Gronk ended up being available, Fournette became available, and Antonio Brown, and then you add that to Godwin and Evans, and the kid from Alabama, OJ from the tight end,
OJ Howard.
But to be fair, AB wouldn't have been there if Brady wasn't there.
I don't think Gronk goes there either. I don't think Gronk goes without Brady.
Yeah, right.
Probably not. But I'm saying with the same tools that Brady ended up having, how good a year does Tampa Bay have with Jameis instead of Brady?
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
And you can honestly say that they didn't necessarily need Gronk. I mean, because they already had 2 good tight ends on that squad before Gronk came.
Yeah, but
they added Gronk.
OJ wasn't doing spit before Brady got over there. I mean, he wasn't doing spit when he got there because of Gronk. But even
he got hurt.
Gronk out there, Winston wasn't getting OJ the ball like that.
I mean, but he was hurt. That's why you didn't see him. He was hurt the entire season.
No, I'm talking about the year after that, though, when he came back.
Well, last year?
Well, yeah, but the year before Brady came, OJ, he wasn't hurt that whole year.
Oh, no, he wasn't hurt that year.
Don't forget the impact of Gronk on the run game with his blocking. And a lot of people overlook that.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. That's true. I also don't think we see the same Jameis with that team that we saw last year with New Orleans either. I mean, because it took him sitting behind Breeze and learning, Peyton's system as well. It took him learning some more. So we may not see the same Jameis that we saw last year on that Tampa Bay team.
But look, that would have been year number 2 with Arians and in the Byron Leftwich system.
Yeah.
As well. So,
that's
there's
true.
that.
What about the defense is still intact? They all good to go? Everybody paid? Malcolm James?
Yeah, from what I understand, the D is coming back.
Lattimore. Or not Lattimore. I'm saying his name right?
For who? Tampa Bay?
On Saints. The corner dude.
Oh, yeah. He's coming back.
Okay.
He's under contract.
So they're good. Cam Jordan, everybody's.
Yep.
Yeah, because that defense that's what's kept them in playoff talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they just got to get some weapons on that. It seems like it's quite a few teams in the league right now that defense is ready, but that offense or that quarterback is suspect. Like the Dolphins, the I guess the Commanders now. This guy, his team, the Browns. Man, it's a few of them out there right now, man. They just get a couple pieces on offense, and we having a whole different conversation.
The Browns are gonna stick with the guy,
huh? Hey, everybody on this show been clowned that dude already, and now you just jumped in. When I asked my other 2 co-hosts that's usually on here, I asked them, do y'all believe in Baker? I think it was the first episode, actually. And these niggas shook their head no before I can even finish the sentence.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Uh-oh.
Here's the thing.
Y'all done started. Keep it short and sweet, man.
All right, short and sweet. unless somebody like Kirk Cousins becomes available, or unless Deshaun Watson finally settles his court case, we're going to be going back next year with Baker. Short and sweet. And it's not the number one option. That's not what we want to do. We actually want to upgrade because we know that we can't win with this clown. But this is what we're dealing with. We're in purgatory right now. So
you're going to draft some more running backs or
yeah, we gotta see. This is the sentiment amongst the fans, the Cleveland fans. We gotta give him more weapons. We gotta give him more because we haven't given him enough.
He just had one of the top receivers in the league, and then
hey, you ain't telling me nothing.
As soon as he left, he had like 5 straight touchdowns.
You ain't telling me nothing.
In the Super Bowl.
I'm hearing.
He was on his way to winning
quit
MVP.
On the team. Odell quit on the team. He just wanted to get out of Cleveland so he can go to LA. Okay. I mean, y'all was saying that he wasn't getting open in Cleveland. I mean, the All 22 says differently. The dude's running wide open. I mean, so everybody wants to blame Kevin Stefanski. They want to blame Odell. They want to blame Jarvis. They want to blame Nick Chubb. They want to blame Odell's dad. They want to blame Kareem Hunt's dad. They want to blame everybody else, but they don't want to blame Baker because Baker had a shoulder injury. Well, the last time I checked, the shoulder don't affect your feet. Your shoulder don't affect your thinking. Like, I'm just saying. I mean, you may be afraid to take a hit, but if that's the case, why are you playing? Because we can't bring the best out of this team if you can't play to your full, if you can't play, thinking clearly. I'm just saying.
Also, Hug, and the NFL players will tell you this. If you out there, bro, we don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
We don't hear about you. You hurt. You out here.
Exactly.
So,
Yep. Yep.
So needless to say, you're not sold on Baker either.
No.
So
you guys realize that they tried to make us believe that Baker and Josh Rosen were better than Lamar Jackson.
Dude, I wanted Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Baker was 5th on my list.
Right. Which he should have been 4th. The dude Rosen should have been 5th. They had Lamar 5th.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember that was when they was talking that put Lamar at receiver talk.
Wide receiver. Yeah.
What was that, Bill Polian? I think that was or no.
I don't believe he was the only one either, but yeah, it was Polian. He said it.
Yeah.
Josh Rosen. I don't even believe he's in the league.
He's with Atlanta.
I don't even know who that is.
Last time I checked.
Okay.
I don't even know who that is.
Came out of UCLA.
UCLA, yeah.
I actually when I was watching him, I actually liked him, but I know that the concerns were he was arrogant. He was basically Aaron Rodgers, just without the talent.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
And I watched him play, and I knew, watching the draft that night that, Arizona was doing some sucky shit by drafting him. They could have. Do you realize Arizona could have had Lamar Jackson already?
Yeah.
They end up drafting Kyler Murray later. Yeah, man. Right?
Yeah, let's
they could have already had Lamar.
Let's talk about it. What the hell is going on over there?
Listen, look, I think
I had my finger on that.
I think I had this discussion with you on our All Grind Sports podcast. But the problem is, here's the problem. Lamar is an excellent athlete. All right. But the dude is not accurate at all. He's not an accurate
Lamar
QB.
or Murray?
Lamar.
I was asking about Murray.
Oh, you was asking Lamar. I thought you said Lamar. Okay.
No, I was asking what, like Murray apparently being disgruntled already and wanting. Damn, I don't want to misquote, but did y'all hear something about him wanting something crazy like 30, 40 million a year, some shit like that, or am I tripping?
What I read was more about his attitude.
He wanted to be, but I did see he wanted to be like one of the highest paid QBs or something like that right now.
I heard extension.
Yeah,
extension, big money, 40 plus.
Really?
What is y'all take on that? I mean, especially considering how he went out in the game in the playoffs when he didn't have Hopkins. Like,
well, what I read was that
because I didn't even know nothing was wrong. Like, I thought they was ready to rally up, get what they needed. You know what I'm saying? Get back to it next year. Like, I didn't know it was a problem.
Well, I read that he accused the head coach of sabotaging him in that playoff game against the Rams.
How so?
That boy AD'd and made this man question his whole existence on the team. He like, man, what the hell is this? Y'all didn't tell me it's gonna be like this, especially when you ain't got a hop to throw to. That front line, boy, right, between him, Von, and Floyd, they made that man question this whole franchise. Like, what the hell is this? Yeah, man.
What about you, Daryl?
Man, and keep pushing, man. You know, I mean, if anything, like, allow that to make you stronger. Like,
I say you can't trade them.
Oh no.
You can't release them. What does that do to your franchise?
I think Murray is their guy, though. I still Murray tough. Like, that's their guy. But
I feel like you gotta pay him and make them happy. So I didn't hear what you said about the coach sabotaging him. That's the thing?
Yeah, that's what was reported, that he was accusing the head coach of sabotaging him and making him look bad on purpose.
By calling not bad plays?
Calling bad plays.
I could kind of see that. There was a couple questionable plays in the first half where I was like, damn, y'all running that already? Like, You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
I'm surprised y'all didn't hear about that.
I didn't hear that. I had kept seeing bits and pieces of that, but you know, anytime you hear a quarterback is frustrated, you gotta take it with a grain of salt the first time, because it'd be certain media members and certain people probably trying to talk it into existence. So I'll wait, but then once he answered to it, and then you kept hearing reports, I'm like, okay, hold up, it's something there. You know,
I didn't hear Queensberry talk about it. I didn't hear
and you don't usually hear about quarterbacks being so unhappy this fast. Like,
yeah.
First of all, they went and got you Hopkins, arguably the best receiver in the league, for a pack of Hop Franks. So you should be on your knees thanking them for that alone.
But
like, Rodgers has been begging.
That's Steve Keim, though. That's the GM. That's not the coach.
I get you. I'm just saying.
They did that before Queensberry got there.
You know what I mean?
They did that before Queensberry got there.
Yeah.
But you know, this is Queensberry's guy. They came from Oklahoma together. That's surprising to me that I mean, what happened so fast?
I told you what happened. That boy dealt with that front line, and he woke up that day. He was like, "Man, what the hell was that?"
Well, no, Kingsbury
be like that.
Kingsbury was the head coach of Oklahoma State.
Okay. Oh yeah, he tried to recruit
or was it
him
Texas
to Oklahoma
Tech?
State.
Or it's Texas Tech, I believe.
He tried to recruit him, Texas Tech. Yeah, he tried to
Yeah.
recruit him, and he lost out to Oklahoma. Yeah, that's right. But
And
he knows his kids since high school.
But y'all do agree Murray is their guy, right?
Yeah,
I agree.
Murray is one of the better players in National Football League.
For sure. I still have, even after that performance, I still have him as a top 10 QB right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's worth the price of admission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we all know, other than the offensive line, like, the quarterback is like the hardest position to fill, of like knowing you have your guy. So when you have that guy, that's why the Cowboys
It's the hardest. It's not, offensive line does not compare. It's the hardest.
Well, that's one of the hardest things to fix in football, is when, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's telling the Bengals, fix the line. Like, they say that's like one of the hardest things to fix.
They didn't even put any effort to fix the line.
I disagree. You can get the line. You can fix your line in one season.
He said those niggas didn't even try.
No.
So what happened? What happened was they were going to draft a tackle the year they drafted Jamar.
Yeah,
Joe wanted to
get
draft
a boy from the
Penny
line,
Sewell.
right?
Penny Sewell.
Yeah. So they got set back a year on the building the O line, but they went to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, though. Yeah, I mean, what you gonna say?
So they got,
and almost won.
I guess everybody knows what they're going to be drafting this year.
I'm gonna make a hot take. That's the last time they go to the Super Bowl under Zach Taylor.
That's not a hot take because Dubre just said that on this show last week, but it was a hot take last week though.
Okay, well, it was one this week. All right.
We got on him for that. We asked him about Burrow going forward. He said Dan Marino. He said everybody's gonna assume he's the shoe in to get back, and he said he thinks he's never gonna get back there.
I mean, look at Pat Mahomes in Kansas City.
What you mean? They went back.
They went back, but they got blown the F out.
Because
it's not that easy to go back to the Super Bowl. And that's with Andy Reid.
Hey, I will bet you all the money in my bank account the Chiefs go back to the Super Bowl.
There's only 3 back-to-backers, right?
Patriots actually won 3 in a row, I think.
No.
Hell no.
Nobody's ever won.
Patriots won back-to-back.
They only won back-to-back?
I don't think they won.
Yeah, they did.
I don't think they ever won back-to-back.
They won. Yeah, they won.
When?
You don't remember when the Patriots? Oh, man. Now y'all got
back-to-back?
Yes. The Patriots are the last team to do it. In the younger Tom Brady days.
Hold on.
I think it was
3 in a row? It was.
They ain't never won.
Nobody's ever won
3 Super Bowls.
2002, 2004, 05, 15, 17, 19. They never won back-to-back, bro.
They did win back-to-back.
They went back-to-back. Bro, it's right here. What do you mean? Where's the camera at? It's right here, bro.
All right. What's up? I know y'all know my black. Yes, they did. They won back-to-back. Carolina Panthers Super Bowl 38 and the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl 39.
Oh, you know what? No, I'm tripping. It's right here in my face. 0405. Okay. Y'all right. It's right here. Yep.
So it's only Patriots, Steelers, Broncos, I believe. Cowboys. So 4 teams.
4 teams?
That
Patriots,
one back-to-back?
Steelers, Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys.
Broncos.
Yeah.
Broncos. So nobody's gonna win 3 in a row ever. Mm-hmm. Fuck that.
For some reason I thought it was 3 in a row, but they won 3 in 4 years.
And was the 1 year was that the damn near 18-0?
Yeah.
No,
that wasn't it.
No, because he got hurt.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
Oh, that was when they went.
It was 0405. Right?
Was that when Matt Castle took over because he tore his ACL?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, and they still win like 11-5 that year.
And missed the playoffs with 11 wins.
Yep.
07.
That was why, and that was where I think the narrative began of system QB until he went to the Bucs.
Yeah.
He had to do that real quick before he got up out of here. Like, let me show y'all something real quick.
So you guys think the Bucs were just like a regular team?
What, last year?
So Tom Brady,
I'm not saying
the
that.
only quarterback that could have won a Super Bowl with that set of players.
Winston pretty much had them same pieces for the most part.
And that's what I was telling you earlier. No, he didn't. He did not have AB. He did not have Gronk. He did not have Fournette. No, he did not.
He had, what's his name? He had Jones. Jones was better than Fournette at the time.
Man.
Then he had like 1,300 yards just the season before that.
So what happened to him then? How did he all of a sudden Fournette was better than him?
Fournette turns up, man. Fournette.
Man, stop it, man. He was never better than him. Fournette was number 4 overall in the draft.
Hold up. Fournette wasn't on the Jags no more for a reason. He started off great, and then he started declining, and they probably thought he was done for it. And then he ended up going to the Bucs. And then that's
when you're wrong.
Attitude is what got him off the
Jones
Jags.
was never a better football player than Leonard Fournette, period. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm with Daryl on this one. I'm with Daryl.
Then they got Gronkowski, arguably one of the best tight ends in the history of football. Any argument on that?
I would argue he might be the.
Okay. Then they got Antonio Brown, who was playing the third wide receiver. So that means your third corner has to cover Antonio Brown. Come on, bro. So you're saying that Tom Brady, and then we saw the defense. The defense is star-studded as well. Then they got lucky.
That defense was the same. That was the same defense.
No, it wasn't. They drafted Murphy Bunting and the other young kid in the defensive backfield. And they drafted Devin White as well.
Yeah.
So the defense was not the same. So that's what I just was telling you earlier. If Jameis could have ran it back with that same team, I'm not saying they would have won a Super Bowl, but they would have been a hell of a tough out as well. He did not have the same team, so please do not have that narrative.
But when you hold up, that's when the disparity between quarterbacks show. You put Brady on a team like that, it's like, oh, but you got Winston on the team like that, it's like, okay, that's, he got some good weapons. They should be able to make some noise. But when you got Brady with that type of team, it's like, whoa, like, okay.
That's you saying that. That's you saying that. That's you saying that.
That's not me. I'm saying, I don't know where James takes him. You're telling me there's not a disparity between Brady and Winston? That's what you're telling me? There's not a big difference when you put Brady with a certain set of weapons versus putting Winston with a certain set of weapons?
Wait, so are you saying there's not a difference between that? I'm not arguing the career achievements of Tom Brady. I'm arguing if Tom Brady or if Jameis Winston was quarterbacking the same team Tom Brady got a chance to play quarterback on, there's no telling how far Tampa Bay will
Winston never, regardless of what you're saying, Winston
and then you
never
get love in the Super Bowl as well.
This season, this last season, just before he retired, Winston has never put up numbers like that.
The most impressive win was the win in Green Bay when they went to Green Bay and beat them. That was impressive. I'm not sure Jameis would have been able to do that. The Super Bowl, they got love. The people wanted Brady to win the Super Bowl.
I don't think Jameis wins the Super Bowl with that same Tampa Bay team, even with AB and Gronk, because of decision making upstairs, and that's where Tom Brady just is far superior because of football IQ and decision making.
Tom Brady was throwing pick sixes early in the season. People was worried. Like we can look back now and be like, oh, no way that Weston could have did what Brady did, but Tom Brady started off throwing pick sixes that year.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Bruce Arians questioned him.
It wasn't even like really in that talk no more after a while.
That was more so ESPN. That was more so
quick
ESPN.
to give those quarterback guys the nod over certain other quarterback guys without giving the other quarterbacks chances, without making this another type of show. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's all I'm saying.
So I want to say this. I feel like
it wasn't the same team. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, we can agree on that.
He's not letting that
go. I don't feel like
Brady was a package deal.
Yeah, even if Brady did struggle,
he wouldn't have had Gronk and AB. So it's like I said, it's a package deal. Winston wouldn't have had that.
Hug 1 second. I know you got something to say, but Gronk is for sure Hall of Fame. AB probably, right? So Tom Brady got 2 Hall of Fame guys that came over. But go ahead.
and Tom Brady's struggles at the beginning of the season isn't a big talking point, and it's not a big issue, but it's because of NFL Live or ESPN that it became that.
That happens almost every year when you
because they need something to talk about. They need a storyline to touch on, and plus Tom Brady is viewed as.
Remember Max Kellerman said he fell off a cliff, and then he had a Hall of Fame career after that.
Mm-hmm.
That means nothing.
So like.
I just don't want people to make like Tom Brady just randomly chose Tampa Bay and then took them to the Super Bowl. They were fucking loaded.
He showed that he didn't. That he showed that the only point I was making. He's not a system quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
The point is what I just said.
That's what he proved.
The point is what I just said. Tampa Bay was loaded.
And if Belichick wins with a loaded team, you gonna say that same thing? Oh well, he didn't need Brady.
Has he ever done that?
I'm just saying, if he was
has any of those Tampa Bay teams,
I think he would be credited. Loaded? He would be credited he was able to do it without Brady. I don't care who he has on his team. They're gonna say he did it without Brady. You're not gonna be talking all this. Oh, well, he had this and that. You're gonna be like, oh no, man, he found a way to get Mac Jones some help or this or that, and man, he found the way to get it done with all them pieces. That's
what was the
coaching is coaching, playing is playing. Okay, let's not get that twisted.
God.
That was
coaching
the storyline.
The game is one thing. Playing the football game is a different thing.
Day,
that was the storyline.
Tampa Bay was loaded, bro. Why you guys don't agree with that?
I agree with that, but I'm still saying he proved he's not a system quarterback because he got it done. If the Chiefs would have beat him, he wasn't going to be saying, "Oh, man, there's no way Brady should have lost that." You know what I'm saying? The Chiefs were the favorite.
That was a storyline at the time, though. The storyline at the time was, can Brady win without Belichick?
From the top of the season to that point.
Yeah. That was just so you guys want to talk storyline when it talk about Brady having bad starts to the season, but you don't want to talk storyline about the whole can he win with Belichick thing. The bottom line, bro, they can come with storyline all they want. The team that Tom Brady went and played on after he left Tampa, New England, was fucking loaded.
We agreed with you on that, though.
Offense and defense. So that's the only reason he won. It's not because he's it doesn't have to do with system quarterback. He's a great player, don't get me wrong. But 5 other Qs could have went and took Tampa Bay to the Super Bowl with that same team.
Who?
Man.
Rodgers.
All the top 5 guys. The other 5
Rodgers,
guys
Allen,
under him.
Maybe Wilson.
Man, 5 other guys.
I wouldn't say 5. I wouldn't say 5. I think he reached
maybe more than that.
I wouldn't say 5.
Maybe more than that. Because if you factor in guys like Lamar and Deshaun, when you factor in their run dynamic mixed into the offense that they already have there, with you trying to cover Antonio Brown with your third guy, it's enormous possibilities, bro. Come on.
Can we also?
Cam Newton probably could have fucking won with that.
Okay, yeah, you being disrespectful now.
Yeah, that's
all right.
pretty,
Come on, bro.
Okay, I see what it is. Okay, now I see. You
guys haven't sat with
you had
some coordinators.
I see what's going on here.
Listen, you guys haven't tried to figure out. You can laugh all you want, bro, but you ain't tried to figure out how to cover Mike Evans, Godwin, Antonio Brown, and stop the run, and stop Gronkowski.
Can I
you guys haven't had to sit in a room and try to figure that out. So you can laugh all you want to, but there's 5 other quarterbacks that could have won that.
Hey, Daryl, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You think Tom Brady's the GOAT?
Yeah, man. I hate to say it, but the only question is, so for me, the greatest football player of all time. So you say the greatest quarterback.
Oh,
greatest
man.
quarterback. Greatest quarterback.
He's no question the greatest quarterback. The only question now is has he overtaken my boy Lawrence Taylor as the greatest football player to ever walk the earth? But he's definitely the best quarterback. He's top 5 all time as well, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's for sure an argument of the GOAT of, like,
he may just be the greatest football player to ever live. Absolutely. So, but I'm just saying,
everybody.
I'm just saying, let's not put the 10 on that Tampa Bay thing that he went and did, man. That's all I'm saying. There's other guys that could have went and did that with that set of guys. Let's not forget Tristan Wirfs, the prize left tackle.
Okay, so
draft.
All right, so
team was loaded.
If we're saying that there are other guys that could have did it with those same players, we also have to include the fact that not all of those players are on that team if Tom Brady isn't there.
Yeah, we said that too.
Because Antonio Brown initially, when he was released, Arians said that he was not bringing Antonio Brown on that team. It took Tom Brady's involvement in order for him to join that team.
Nobody else touched him, so you can't. You can't.
But we gonna leave all that off the field stuff off the field. You know what I'm saying? We can't start counting influence on.
But that's
guys
still.
We have to, though.
We're talking about the play on the field.
Because everybody was still scared to touch him.
Yeah, and
they won a Super Bowl.
Jameis Winston doesn't convince them to sign Antonio
At
Brown.
At all. They're going to laugh him out the room. Like
Gronkowski doesn't go to that team.
For sure. Gronk doesn't come.
So if Tom Brady doesn't go to that team, those players don't join that team either. You can probably count Leonard Fournette, but the other two, they don't go to that team.
For sure. And who's to say AB acts right for anybody else other than
So
Brady?
look, actually, you guys are kind of making my point. That's all I'm saying. He went to a fantastic football team.
But we never denied that.
But I think a little too much emphasis was put on him winning without Belichick, though. I do, bro.
I think it's because of how he played. You know,
he didn't have the best game.
It would be like, okay, it would be like, what if this happened? When Tom left, what if 3 fantastic players said, you know what, Bill, since he fucking left you, I'm finna come over here and ball with you.
I wish they would do that with my team.
And then Belichick end up winning. Would you guys would be saying, oh, but that's because he got such and such. But when Tom Brady does it, it's like, oh, he's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I see. Yeah, I see where this is going.
That's all I'm saying. He went to a fantastic football team that, man, more than a few other quarterbacks in the National Football League right now could have won with that team.
Okay, well, how about this? How about that Super Bowl against the Falcons? Who did he really have, target-wise? Were they as good as the players on Tampa Bay?
Right. He's like, that's the thing. That's the thing that bothers me.
Coaching.
He's won with much worse. What happened?
He said coaching.
He won with much less offensively. He's never really had no bunch of great offensive weapons. And it's like the one time he actually do got a squad like, nigga, let's roll. You trying to take it from him.
He lost.
So,
look at all the times he won, and he didn't have a third of that.
Is Belichick the GOAT?
You said what?
Is Belichick the GOAT?
That's debatable.
Y'all gotta have.
That's debatable.
I'm not even you know what I'm saying, expertise in that.
How can it be debatable?
Paul Brown, man, and the impact that he made on the NFL. Paul Brown.
Here we go.
But,
hey man, I don't know if we got time for all that.
So Brady is the GOAT quarterback, but Belichick is not the GOAT coach.
I never said Brady was the GOAT.
Really,
I just asked if you thought he was GOAT.
You don't think Brady's the GOAT quarterback?
I'm not gonna comment on that.
Oh wow.
Oh
yeah, we got to.
You got another guy.
Back up in here, man.
You got another guy
on the next show.
Yeah, we're gonna get you back up in here, man. To be continued on next on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
hey, G, do we play for Denver?
Huh?
Do we play for Denver?
Hell no.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
that's the only other.
I'm gonna get this exact crew for that conversation right there. So
yeah, we can do a show.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Right. Gene, close us out, man, with this this lockout business.
Listen, man.
That says it all, huh?
Major League Baseball, and they should be embarrassed about what's going on right now. Not just the owners, but the players as well. Like, y'all sitting here arguing over money. Like, really? Like, we got so many other problems. We got so many other problems going on right now, but y'all bickering about $750,000 as a minimum. You know how much I'm making a year?
But it's not all it's about, because I heard it's a lot of the things in place that they're trying to.
All the underlining issue, the main issue is money, and it's always gonna be money. But all of the other stuff is just kind of like added on. So
it's like, since we here, let's put this on the table too.
Yeah, so I feel like Major League Baseball's problem is that they get in their own way. Starting with the owners. Number one, y'all need to adapt and grow. Y'all need to start making changes and allow the sport to just grow. Like, it's the same exact thing that we've been watching for how many years, and we've been seeing basketball evolve, we've been seeing football evolve and make it to another level. Like, it's just they get in their own way. They don't know how to get out of their own way, and I feel like the owners are the biggest issue with that.
I feel like it's the owners as well. But the players have to let go of some of that traditional baseball stuff because they have to do something with their product, their televised product, bro, to be able to withstand, man, with the National Football League and the NBA. Let's be honest.
You got to do better marketing, a better job at marketing.
They got to make some changes to the game. Robot refs. I don't know what they got to be open to changing stuff. The players do. As far as that entry level salary, I believe that the 600,000 or so that it has been that for kind of a while. Teams' values have risen. Like the Dodgers was bought by Fox for $400-something million and then purchased by that group that Irvin them is with for $2.1 billion. You know what I'm saying? While that shit is going up, they still leaving that little entry-level salary where it is. Now, keep in mind, you got to play 6 years at that to even become a player that makes your own money, your decisions where your agent can actually say, okay, we want our guy to make this much money, or he gonna go to another team. So the 750,000 might seem like a lot to us, but to them, that little extra 150, I feel like, man, maybe they should be somewhere in the middle on that and give them folks a raise. And then the other thing I understand is the 14-team playoffs. There's only fucking 30 teams in the league. The owners want 14 teams in the playoffs. The players are like, that's going to make the regular season worthless. So they're a long ways away on this shit, bro. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. But I don't think
you gave your opinion on like what you think what's going to happen with the season. So I'll ask Gene, like, do you think there's going to be, you said they already canceled the first 2 series. Do you think there's going to be a season this year?
I think it's going to be a season, but I feel like there shouldn't be a season. I feel like everybody should lose in that situation. I really do. I mean, and at the same time, with you starting later, you're putting you're putting a lot of your players at risk for injury, especially pitchers.
Yeah, because they're going to try to bunch.
Exactly.
I mean, it's bunched as it is, but it'll make it even worse.
I think the biggest issue with baseball is salary. There is such a large disparity in how much teams are paying to compete compared to teams that are trying to tank. You got the Orioles, who only had a team salary of, I believe, $40 million, but then you had the Dodgers with a team salary of over $300 million invested in their players. That is an issue. So if you're trying to eliminate tanking, you need to implement a salary floor. In my opinion, you need teams. Number one, you want for everybody to be able to compete on an equal level. The problem is you got the big market teams that are able to afford the big name players, but then you got the small market teams that have to build within their minor league system. But here's the thing. The last couple of years, even the big market teams have used a strategy where they're trying to build within their farm system, and they're not looking to pay all that money for those big time players, because when those big time players are hitting free agency, they're older. So they're not going to produce the same that they did the last 6 years when they were younger and in their prime. So they need to figure that out. That is a big issue, because a better way for you to be able to market is by spreading the stars out. Instead of having 5 stars on the Dodgers and then you got like 5 stars on the Red Sox, you got 10 on the Yankees, and then over here in Baltimore, you got one dude coming up in the minor league system that you heard of or something like that. So they really got to fix that.
Something else that is perhaps an entire other show is that the NBA and the NFL, leagues that are dominated by
I got you.
have salary caps.
Correct over here. We politically incorrect.
They have salary caps and have for a long time now.
Exactly.
Baseball seems to be reluctant to put a fixed salary cap into the deal, which would like Gene was saying, along with maybe even a salary floor and cap to keep teams within a certain range, man, to make this thing more competitive. But you know, it's for a certain reason they're reluctant to cap off how much the guys in Major League Baseball can make. So then that's where the players come in. The players can go in and actually say, "Hey, we'll agree to a cap if you do this, this, and this." But they're not doing that. They don't want it. They don't want a cap either. So the owners are like, "Well, hell, we want 14 teams in the playoffs." The players are like, "Well, that's going to make people not compete in the regular season and not, you know how they do in baseball at the end of the season, where they kind of sell off the young guys and try to acquire some guys that make a run for the last part of. Nobody's going to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Because hell, they're going to get a spot anyway, because so many teams are going to the playoffs anyway. So
Hey, hold up. That's a rich take coming from people that agree with the damn 10 seed getting in the playoffs.
This is baseball.
I'm like,
totally different sport.
To the same people that just
totally different
me an hour ago.
Totally different sport.
He got 82 games versus 162. They get something solved in 162 games, bro.
Yep.
I mean, come on. And that's another thing. We could cut that thing down to about $140, I think. Man, do we really need 162? So there's a lot. Maybe you're right, Gene. Maybe just take this year off. Let's get this whole thing. Let's reinvent MLB as we know it.
Yeah, let the Dodgers be the World Series champs for another year. I'm with it.
And also, I would also recommend not getting rid or banning the shift, but making it to where you have to use it as a strategy. You can only use the shift maybe twice in a game, maybe 3 times.
So 9 innings, you can use the shift 3 times.
There you go. And you can use it as a strategy. It's still there to be used, but you can't abuse it the way it has been used.
Yeah, I agree with that. The shift is kind of made shit messed up too. But as hitters, you gotta say, okay, you know, they shifting on me. They it's like when basketball players, when we ask them to get better in the summer. It's like baseball. Okay, they shifted on me last year because I hit 70% to the right side. Well, all winter long, I'm gonna work on hitting to the left side. Guys have got to start adapting to the shift. Stop just swinging the bat. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's easier said than done, though.
I know.
And you
got to do what you got to do.
To be honest, like I read a stat where actually left-handers are being affected by the shift more than right-handers. Like, for example, right-handers, their average maybe drop 0.10% or something like that. But left-handers, like, without the shift, they go from hitting like 250 to hitting like 210 or like 190 or something crazy like that.
But when you think about that shifting on lefties, it's a counter effect to the throws right, bats left era. Right? How many guys out there now that you know play right-handed in the field, but bat left-handed?
Yeah.
So now that shit they done flipped it with the shift. Now kids are just gonna be like, well, Dad, I'm gonna just hit right-handed now. You know what I mean? So now you go back to having more righties. Because now the thing was there's so many right-hand pitchers, right? That you wanted to be able to play a right-handed position, but bat left. Well, now, shit, looks like that thing's going to flip around. Right-handers are going to start coming back.
Hey, Daryl, I'm a clown. If I was playing in the majors right now, this is what I'd do. If I came out there and they shifted on me, even if I couldn't hit on the other side, I'll go on the other side of the plate and I'll be like, all right, throw it to me now. and watch them try to shift again. And every time they shift, I'm gonna go to the opposite side of the plate until we get the game going.
Yeah. You can't just let them shift and you just hit into it. You gotta, do something. Yeah.
But I do want to see
it's gonna be return of the right hand power here. Going forward because of the shift. But because I love baseball and I want to play fantasy baseball this year, I hope they do have a season, but we'll see.
Damn, you still on the fantasy baseball spin? You left basketball. You a cold piece, boy.
Oh yeah. So 2011.
This is the man. This is the man who introduced me to fantasy basketball. And I run my own leagues, and I've been running my own league for like the last 3-4 years. But
he's been doing a good job too.
My first.
That's good.
Yeah, I got some people to come out of retirement that's been doing it for like 20 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? My league's been run good, but this guy got me into fantasy basketball, and then when he stopped, that forced me to have to put something together on my own. So, but this is the guy right here.
Okay.
So I'm just surprised that he left ball, but he's still doing baseball. But I get that is a lot to manage, though. You got football and baseball alone. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You guys, I was running all three. I was doing football, basketball, and baseball.
That's a lot.
And you're commissioner for all three, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. That is a lot.
So, but my baseball one was my first one, and it's the one that's the strongest with the most loyalty and guys that's been there year after year. We didn't have a core of about 8 guys that's been there the whole 10 years. So
right. We've been doing pretty good. I got about 12 people. Probably about 3-4 of them rotate in and out. Like he took this year off. He been with me since I started, but he took this year off. But one of his boys is still with me. So we've been having like a strong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's been going strong. I did terrible this year. Like I'm fighting to get in playoffs right now. So I'm an honorable commissioner. You know what I'm saying? But if I miss playoffs this year, this is gonna be my first fantasy basketball season that I've ever missed playoffs.
Hey, but sometimes it's refreshing when you're not in, and you can kind of just sit back and watch your people.
Man, hell, I'm too competitive for that shit.
You don't want it to happen too often, but
especially, it ain't like I be winning the league every year, but it's just like I said, like from like even some of the top teams in the league right now, like it's somebody in my league that's like 13-2 or 14-2 right now, and he's looking at what my team is doing now that I figured it out. He's saying he hopes I don't make it because, you know what I'm saying? Because they see what my team doing now. So I got the team that can compete if I sneak up in there. But, I had a rough start. Luka, I got Luka, and he wasn't playing like how he's playing right now when the season started, and he missed like a month. And, it was some stuff I took for granted, kept some people on IR longer than I should have. But
some of them rosters in the NBA, man, if you take the star off the team, be like, ooh. Yeah, this is really isn't much. So exactly. I can see, that happening.
Hey, Daryl, we'll put Josh be putting voodoo on my team though. Every time I play him, every single time, I could be blowing everybody out. But the week I play him, my dudes just suck. Like put up career lows. I'm talking like
to be real,
horrible.
He used to go through the same thing with me though. Anytime he would play me on fantasy basketball, he'd be beating everybody else. But I remember one time he almost beat me, and I think the very last day Dame started bricking shots like toward the end of the game. He ended up losing. Like it was always he used to go through the same thing with me.
Some teams be like that where they trash, but every time you play them, they had a best week.
Yeah, it's like a kryptonite type of thing. But we'll put a button on it here, man. This was a great show. We might even hit a milestone. This might be our longest. I don't know, but we'll I'll check after. But I appreciate my brothers pulling up, man, giving us some great content today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got to get on some of them specific topic shows, man. We could get a people some nice.
I'll be writing all these down in my notes. We for sure need to talk to this dude with this Brady GOAT thing. Like we got some stuff, man. We're gonna get into. We got plenty of time to get up. We got a whole off season that we're gonna have to talk about this stuff. So, appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Thank y'all for tuning in the way y'all have been, man. Make sure y'all continue to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's take this to the furthest extent. You can find us pretty much on any social media platform at All Grind Sports, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. If you want to email us, allgrindsports@gmail.com. And yeah, man, just continue to support the way y'all have been. And we got plenty of more great content coming for y'all, man. And just, let us know, the things that y'all loved or that we can do better, or, y'all can chime in on the topics, what I'm saying, when it's broken down. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, my brothers, for pulling up. Peace.
Thank you.
See y'all later.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate
thanks
you,
for
bro.
having me.